Like it.
Yeah, I guess that's it. We did we break the alternate between Saber and Ultra, or well, I guess we did. Huh. Yeah, and I haven't been paying attention to the story at all, so don't know about any characters that might be included later. Wait, you already have 200 boxes, Kat? Au revoir.
Enjoy.
Hello, everybody. How's it going? Get you guys today's tweet. How about that news about the day before, chat? We're so back. We are. Yes, I'd like to apologize for taking the weekend off, but also not apologize because it's entirely what I had planned to do at this point. Was like I saw we were coming in, I saw I wasn't ahead on my boxes, so I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna grind the entire weekend, and I just sat in Discord the whole weekend watching shit. A good portion of that was done on Saturday in the actual like anime watching channel. And for those of you guys that showed up for that, we watched a ton of movies. I think we watched the entire Blade trilogy. We watched what was it after that? I think we watched Underworld 1, and then we watched the rest of the Scott Pilgrim series. And then I think on Sunday I ended up watching the Scott Pilgrim movie because I hadn't seen that. And then I think I ended up watching Loki, and I think there was something else that I think I ended up watching some anime as well. But how dare I? I know, how dare I? Yeah, for those of you guys that didn't see, the Twitch recaps are out now, so you guys can actually request them. It'll give you a rundown of like your stats for the year. And I got to see my streamer stats, of which, as I was pointing out, chat on Twitter, I had 321, I think, days streamed. So I took less days off than there are weeks in the year. So there's that. That basically means I did not take a bunch of days off from streaming. You guys know, though, in the past, I've completed an entire year consecutively of streaming, so it's nothing too crazy, but it's definitely something I do like to remind people of every now and then, to show people, be like, hey, by the way, I do this a lot, right? So like when people are like, oh, well, Cad's not on tonight, or like Cad's not here covering this, or Cad's doing something else, then I'm like, please understand, I am live all the fucking time. Like I hold myself to a standard that I would hold no one else to, and in that regard, I think it's a uh, unrealistic expectation to have of anyone else. But like I said, it's why I like to remind everybody of that. Is just like, look, I am here, I am working. I want people to understand that. What am I doing? Grabbing. Oh yeah. That. Tomorrow we are still going to have our media share night, by the way, chat. I figure that's pretty easy to do while I am farming. So there's going to be that. The tweet is live. Do me a favor, go give it some love. And we will be live here in just 1 second. I took a 10-day vacation. Yeah, from Twitch, right? It's a lot easier to watch streams than it is to actually. But I completely understand. I'm not going to belittle you guys. Those of you guys that are here on the regular, I thank you. It did give me a rundown of like some of like my biggest contributors to the channel, and that's one of the things I actually like about the Twitch recap. But like I said, I definitely appreciate it. I want people to know that I appreciate it. It's difficult to find ways to show it, especially because Twitch itself, like the actual website, does not often give us a lot of good metrics for that sort of thing. Oh, speaking of which, let me make sure the YouTube side of things is noted, because it doesn't feel like it is, because I can't see chat. Let me refresh that. But hello, everybody. But yeah, what I was gonna say is, for those of you guys on the Twitch side of things, Twitch gave their partners more animated emote slots. So you guys are gonna see that tier 1 subs now have 10 animated emotes. Tier 2 get 5, and tier 3 get 5, I believe. So that has allowed me to bring back some of the actual emotes for you guys to use instead of just putting them on Better Twitch TV. It's been one of my biggest requests from Twitch, and I've not understood for like years as to why they haven't done it. How many rainbow apples am I at so far? Right now it's sitting on somewhere around like probably about 300. Probably about 300 reef. I'd have to double check, but I'm on my second pack now. I haven't run out at any point, but I get low enough and then I just go ahead and purchase the next pack. So there is, well, hold on. There you go. There is today's art. Here for you guys. There's today's art. My Apple count in my days left. I'm not sure I can hit 200. Well, if someone would do me the pleasure of giving me a handy dandy calculation, I am at 132,853 spoons. So let me know how many that is. You got loops and taps back? Yes. 220-ish? Excellent. So we're at 230-ish. Because I already opened 10. So there's that. So have I opened any? Yes, I've opened the 10. So that's doing pretty good. So like I said, do I think I can hit 500? Maybe. It's going to take a lot of effort on my part. But the good news is I'm one drop away from max bonus. So if we have any amount of luck tonight, we will hit that before the final node unlocks, which means I'll be at max bonus going into it. Hello, Coda. Work's brutal. I know that feeling. I made some good progress on my work today, though. I told you guys I got a big return due on the 15th, but I'm pretty much done. I got to do the last couple things tomorrow. Oh, whoops. Go. Went upside down. There's 7 days left on the JP event. I am still just blitzing right through. Also, Zan the Lich, thank you for the follow. And Shadow Cage, thank you for the follow. Sonic, thank you for the resub. Insane, thank you for the resub. And Kara, thank you for the follow before stream. Have you seen Meb's name in the Saber emote? Or sorry, in the Saber node. Meb's name in the Saber node. Probably at some point. Let me look at it when I get back. Sarth, thank you for the 4 months. Appreciate it. Yeah, chat, this is all you're going to see of JP today. JP is literally snooze fest as we're now in our 3rd week of the event. So, goat emoji, yes. Remember to save, otherwise work goes bye-bye. Yep. Thankfully, most of our stuff has automatic saving turned on. Can be a pain sometimes, but it usually works out for us. You know what? Good to me. Work has been hectic, especially when people don't appear for their shift without letting people know beforehand. Ugh, yeah. Shift work has always struck me as like just annoying because of that aspect. Like, you've always got to find people to cover, you've always got to have people showing up. And if they don't show up, it's always the biggest pain in the butt because, like, it just means someone's doing double the work. I figured I don't actually need as many boxes. Yeah, like I said, I'm set not to do 500. If I don't get to 500, it's not the end of the world. We do have another lotto in March, so it's my goal is to try and get there, but whatever the case may be. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do. Ooh, do I take the brave chain? Yeah, I think I do. Because I may kill outright. Oh, we will. That's actually the first time I've managed to mop up the second turn with carding. Bees, are you kidding me? Yes. Oh, that's her name. I gotcha. Nice. Oh, by the way, chat. Also, this weekend, I hit max on my final Mystic Code. I'm done with all Mystic Codes on JP for the first time ever. So that is a load off. Hello, Steve. How's it going? Hello, Blue. Congrats on MC Freedom. Yes, feels good. Aiming for 100 boxes each account. Ooh. Oh yeah, I don't envy anyone that's trying to do this on multiple accounts. There's just no time. That's kind of the issue with it. But it be what it be. Like, this is the thing I tried to warn everyone, and it's why I said, like, I'm surprised so many people were freaking out about it. We just do not have very long on this lotto. It's not the best lotto. It's just nice because it has some mats that haven't ever before been in a lotto. But I believe they all will be again at some point in the future in the next 2 years. So it is what it is. You guys can choose to go hard here or go hard later. And if you go hard here, it just means you have to do less later. So it's completely up to you to determine how you want to handle that. Let's use all the Mystic Codes. Ironically enough, this is still like the best Mystic Code for the strategy that I'm employing. I guess I could just switch to Plug Suit and one turn this. But I'm lazy and I don't want to change my comp. 20 to 30 boxes is good for me. I mean, I would tell you guys, in general, I think, my rule of thumb that I always told you guys is that 100 boxes is a good amount to advance your account. You will make progress on your account with 100 boxes. Whereas, like, and I'm not going to say this, like, it can't change, right, from that amount. 100 boxes is not some set in stone thing. But the less boxes you do, the more likely you are to just like subsist and catch back up with stuff you were behind on rather than actually like make progress and move forward with your account. So again, that amount may change depending on the size of your account, depending on how much you're doing, but 100 boxes is usually my like go-to recommendation where it's like if y'all want to really phone it in, do at least 100 type deal. I feel like that's usually a good sort of starting point. And then if you want to do more, you can, but you don't have to. I am going to add on. Who's ready for JP Christmas? Yeah, I saw that. So they revealed the JP welfare, so to speak. I find it interesting. I've seen a lot of theories as to who people think it is. I get the strange feeling it's not who anyone thinks it is in a weird way. But yeah, it's basically I'm just gonna lift the screenshot from Discord here. But it's basically just a silhouette here that we kind of get. I know a lot of people are thinking it's going to be like Nemo or something because they see the little trident on the end of this. Also, the slender legs. It could be. I don't know. Personally, I hope it's not Nemo. I think I'll be kind of underwhelmed if it is. But maybe it's not going to be Nemo. Maybe it's going to be something like Noah. Who knows? They're like there's any number of things they could do for something like this to make it more interesting. And because it's written by Nasu, it's probably going to matter. So it just depends, right? Abe no Seime? Yeah, maybe it's Abe no Seime. William Tell Lily Alter? Right. I hope it's a guy. I mean, I'm sure there are people out there that do, right? For me, though, if it's Nemo, I'll be somewhat bored with it. Not that Nemo couldn't use more exposition. I think he could. I just kind of want to see them, like, do something, I guess, that in a selfish way I'm interested in. Like, I'm not super interested in Nemo because I feel like Nemo's lore is kind of all over the place. But that's, I guess, just a me thing. Last servant of the year with no 5 stars, so it's another Marthamus. Well, so this is interesting because I saw you say that, but I guess it depends on the wording of it. I didn't look at it myself. All I'm gonna say is it's entirely possible they release a 5 star before him, but yeah, like it just depends. Nemo got a lot of spotlight in Go's event, right? Nemo's had a lot of spotlight in story in general because he's just part of the Chaldea crew. So it's kind of like the same deals like Da Vinci doesn't need a whole lot of exposition because they're kind of always there type deal. And that's why, like I said, I feel like I'd feel like it's a little underwhelming if it's not just someone like totally new or something. Hello, Kitsune. Hello, IA. McTankles, thank you for the 41. Oh, hold on. Let me see Akamaru's question there because I think I missed it. Yeah, I have something to ask. If we do a Buster chain, how much attack up bonus do we get? 20%. So it's not attack up specifically. Well, God, this is a difficult way to phrase it. Basically, putting your Buster card lead will impact the amount of damage that the rest of the cards do. So yes, I believe it's something like 20%. I'd have to go back and double check. I know my video on carding talks about it. The thing with this is it gets a little bit muddier later on because we're headed into mighty chains, and mighty chains allow that effect to be conferred to every card. So what that could mean is that you would still get the benefit of putting your Buster card first if instead you did something like Quick Arts Buster. The Quick card would be as if it had been a lead Buster card. It'd also be as if it had been a lead Arts card and a lead Quick card, because that's the whole point of what Mighty Chain does. Mighty Chain changes it so that all cards give the same thing. That's why, like, it's kind of weird, but yes, like, at least until we get Mighty Chain on an A, if you want the most damage, leading with Buster is usually the best solution. Usually. There's a specific bonus called First Card Buster bonus, which is different from everything. Yep. Yep. And there's also Three of a Kind Buster, which gives just actual flat attack. Manatee Chains? Ugh. I will never get used to anyone calling it that. If you play JP, try to make them in NA. That's a little bit why I can't wait for them to come to NA. Is I just want this to be like done with so that I can stop having to like remember the difference between the two, because it actually like messes me up on both servers at the current point. Chat, welcome to my comp. It's a 7-button press comp. I can get away with it with 6 presses. The problem with the 6 press variant is at 6 presses, I basically end up in this weird spot where like it will constantly low roll. And it's not by a lot. It's like by 2k or something like that. And you just end up having to card it out. The problem with this is it's just not like if you're gonna have to card every single time, it's better to just go ahead and press the skill. It actually will save more time that way. Hey guys, no problem. Yeah, like I said, I have in my explain series, I have a video talking about karting. I also have a video talking about mighty chains for later on if you want to watch that. But both of those are super informative as to like how that whole structure works. Still doing Adelante double Scotty. Yeah, I don't think this is a bad Lotto to do Scotty comps on. I think the fact that you have a 50% charge C is really nice, and the only problem with doing a Scotty comp is that you'll have to press buttons probably every turn. But as long as you're okay with that, I don't see any reason not to use her. Because you guys can see, I am absolutely trying not to use my Castoria if I can. And so that's why Jarcher's in the comp instead of Zenobia, and that's why I'm getting away with using Asclepius, who's almost Bond 10 himself. So when Asclepius hits Bond 10, I'm gonna need to figure out what I need to do about Asclepius, but until he does, I don't have to change this comp at all. With NP gain, yeah. I use MP4 Zenobia and I use 7 buttons, nice. But do you get to press them all on turn 1? That's mine's like just a simple go down the line comp, and it just works. I'm using Bride. Bride's another really good one, and that's like I know Bride's good. I've been using her a lot on JP, so I'm trying also not to use her too much. You could leverage Oberon. He makes 3 servant comps viable in this Lotto. Same deal. I'm trying basically not to use the meta supports because the nodes don't require it, chat. To see having full attack scaling is so nice. Yeah, the second I got mine MLB, I just immediately leveled it to 100 and said, "All right, we're good." Like, and I want to be clear here, chat. I'm not saying you can't use Oberon. I'm not saying you can't use Bride. I'm not saying you can't use Castoria or anything like that. The tactics that I am using for one, minimal button presses, minimal effort, right? And two, I'm trying to somewhat min max my bond. I want to make sure that some of these meta units are going to stay viable longer term for me and be able to be used without being capped out on bond. The reason I'm doing this is because JP, the devs, have taken a stance that is, hey, we don't want to like increase the bonding amount to like 20 or anything like that. So because of that, you see me now trying to be a little bit more savvy with it, whereas before I would not have necessarily cared. Using command seals to 3 turn is the only meta that's true. What's up, Ern? My comps have been all about how to afford having 6 drop Cs while bringing Saber Musashi in the back row. Yeah, if you're trying to bond up another unit, that could be the case as well. And that's another interesting change they made on JP. They made the front line bond 20% faster than the back line, which is rather weird to me. To me, it should have been the inverse, where it's like, oh, you're bonding your back line faster so that like you can get units up and prepared and ready without having to use them so that they can be carried. Also, because it would make some lore sense from the standpoint of your backline units are the ones in the back row standing near the master. You're actually talking with them and probably going to, have some interaction. I'm not gonna sweat too much on maxing bond anymore. Yeah, and I'll say this: I want to get the most that I can out of my bond, but y'all see it, right? Like where I can get away with it, I'll get away with it. If I can't get away with it, I'm not gonna care. Like that's long been my stance. That long will be my stance. Is that I think it's important to try to get the most out of your bond, but it's not important to drive yourself to insanity or make you hate the game, right? Like it's not important to the extent of like saying, "Oh, well, I can no longer use my favorite unit." I think that's equally dumb, right? Like if you're just sitting there saying like, "Oh, well, now my favorite unit is Max Bond. I'll never use them ever again." Why are you playing the game then? Biffy, thank you for the 5 months. How are you doing? We play this daily. We're already insane. Very true. I'm spending money to grind. Very true. Put a low bond unit on the front wave 1 and then plug your actual farming servant in. Yeah, and I do think you're going to see some shit like that. Hello, Peaceful. I need to actually look and see, is it whoever's in the front at the beginning of battle? Is it at the end of battle? I actually haven't experimented with that yet. But I'm sure someone out there already knows. I need Musashi coins so I can 120 her after Tunguska. Yeah, that's... I think the only thing I'm doing right now is because I'm spending so much quartz, like, as I'm going through, I'm just putting in, like, 5 stars into my backline that are, like, close to their next bond level. And just doing that so that I can get to their next bond level, get free quartz off of that, and it offsets the actual cost of refilling. And that's why when someone asked me earlier, I'm like, I don't actually know how many quartz I've spent, because I would have to, like, pay a lot closer attention. And I just don't want to. Yeah, the way to make it through grinding like 500 plus boxes and like retain your sanity in a short amount of time of grinding and stuff like that, well, the short amount of time helps. The longer you have to go, the worse it is. But the way to do it is to just turn your brain off. Like, absolutely. Oh, also, chat, if I scuff, I gift is on. I will gift subs if I scuff. How's it going? Did you see the Christmas silhouette? I did. Who do you think it will be? I don't know. Like I said, I understand people's theory about it being Nemo. I hope it's not. But I don't really know who the fuck it would be, so. Systematically bonding all of my units to 5 to unlock every interlude. Yeah, that's your first goal, right? Like, your first goal is to get everyone to 5, because you want to unlock strengthenings and interludes. But, like, after that point, who you target for your bond is completely up to you. What do you think I'm watching you right now? Because you're also grinding. Gift subs, yes. Hello, Avalon. Who is ready to go to Valhalla later this week? Wait, Valhalla later this week. What? Did I miss something? There's something I don't know about? Oh, the God of War DLC. Oh, thank you. I had already forgotten about it. Like, not me. That's the problem that we have right now is NA has this lotto. We're gonna probably get like, actually, chat, what day is this lotto in? The 15th? You'll probably get a week of dead time. You'll get a full week of dead time, which is why I thought this lotto would start on the 7th, is because I thought they would want to give that full week. But the logic here is simply that, like, you'll get the full dead week, but then Tunguska will start on probably the 22nd. So after that week, you've got a raid event that you'll have to do. Me, I play on JP. JP's event is going to end in the next 7 days as well. And during that period, I am then going to have to start farming JP's lotto. So it's not going to be a fun picture. I will have somewhere in the order of like 2 to 3 days to roll up my boxes on NA, which shouldn't be bad. But it's just like, that's how quickly I'm going to have to like turn around and start the next crazy farm. This is also why, like, I just went hard out of the gate and said, screw it, I don't care. Thank God JP Christmas won't overlap. Yeah. Well, it won't, but it will with Tunguska. almost like line for line, because I think, what did they say, chat? Didn't they say it's starting on the 20th or something? So it's like you're gonna get quite a bit of overlap with NA's event. That art piece, our Barghest and Lartrea about to have a sexy WWE match. I wouldn't mind being in the middle of that. I wouldn't either. Ugh, ugh, oh god, my nose. Ugh. It opened up the farming with Quick a bit. Yeah. Actually, for like raid events, I find raid events pretty easy to do with Quick, which is why, like, a lot of the times I like having a good quick single target. Death by Snoo Snoo. Yes, it's a very appropriate conversation topic since we were talking about it earlier in Discord. I looked at the raid and turns out I only need around 100 runs for the mats I want. Yeah, I need to like pay more attention to whatever the heck crap I need from those raids. Problem is I need to update my Chaldea app because I'm sitting on like I don't have many materials left that I need. So you guys can see I need 180 of the hearts, which I think are the 90 plus node, and the 90 is eggs. I'm actually good on eggs. Wow. How good am I on the eggs? Item. I have 6. Oh man. So chat, you can see just how many I have remaining there. But like I said, I need to update my app. Is that because of Quick's MP multiplier? I mean, you could make that argument, but no. The reason I generally base it off of that is just because it has the block 50 charge, which makes it really nice and easy and fluid to do. Because you either have a 50% CE or you don't, and in both those cases, it's going to combine really well with that. It's just usually not a lot of button presses to make do. Wait, why did I pop the... I don't know what the heck I did. I basically ended up accidentally doing the Mystic Code buff there, even though I don't need it. And no, that does not count as a scuff chat. Scuff means I don't 3-turn. Which has happened to me. So you guys have a chance. You just have to distract me long enough. I gotta remember how to do my stupid stinky Chaldea app update though. Yoshitoki, thank you for the follow. Welcome. That is Theseus and FP unit. Yes. Permanent. How much experience is needed to 120 a server until now? Yeah, there's a reason why I have not so chat. My Artoria, I'm sure some people are like, man, Cad's slacking on his Artoria, he doesn't care. My Artoria is very purposefully not 120 yet. One, because I didn't have the final grail necessary regardless, but she could be 118 right now. The reason she's not has nothing to do with my lack of ability to do so. I could 118 her right now if I wanted. The whole reason that she isn't is because I knew that I was going to need an outlet for some of the embers from this Lotto. When you start like ember stacking in your mailbox, you obviously have to get rid of some embers. And you have two choices. One is you can either burn the embers because your entire inventory and mailbox are full, or two is you can find a way to put them into a grail target. Well, that's pretty hard to do at the current moment because we only have so many grails to flop around. But later on, with grail caching, odds are you'll probably have a lot more grails. And so as a result, that makes it a very realistic possibility. It's why I've described grailing to 120 targets as sort of a trash can that you dump your embers into. It doesn't sound good to describe it that way, but it is sort of the exact point of what you're doing with your embers. You're either burning them or you're throwing them into the bottomless pit that is a 120. And so as a result, it actually just allows you to repurpose all of your embers and not have to burn them. So instead of them going basically to waste, you actually get some use out of them. I don't know who's my next trash can. Yeah. I almost accidentally clicked the 100 stack today. Yep. Don't you also have two other 120s? I do. I have Lartoria and Buntoria at 120. Artoria will be at 120 after this event, and then I will start on my fourth 120 project. My JP account has 4 120s. My NA account will probably pass it before the year end. And if not, it will pass it the next year. Because like my NA account has way more capability to grail things to 120. My JP account has the grails to do so, but not the resource, which is fucking hilarious to me. I clicked the mega stack the other day. I need to double check to make sure I didn't, because I'm worried that I did as well. Because that mega stack is like, ugh. Like you don't want to pull it out until you have to. Okay, so let's see if I go to settings. I think it's user data. Uh, let's upload the backup that I have. And I think I'll download a manual backup as well. Mine's at the bottom now, so it should be good. Well, the problem with that is sometimes, depending on how you stacked your mailbox, you go to the bottom start. We're gonna end up taking that mega stack to end of service. Yeah, it'll be like the rare elixir in a Final Fantasy game. You're gonna be like, oh man, this is a mega elixir. I'm not using this. I might need it. You never actually end up using it. It should give you a prompt when there's an update. Yeah, it's just taking forever to actually upload the backup, so I suspect it's like stalled out at this point. Mega, thank you for the 54. And yes, chat, like I said, you have new animated emotes returning, aka Kadoru. I'm doing pretty good, Spartan. How are you? Okay, there's my backups. Is there a backup like today? Ah. Today is the 11th, 7:57. Yes. Okay, so we're good. So I do have a backup there now. Okay, so then wait, what do I yeah, what do I gotta do? You said there's a pop-up when you open it? What are you backing up, Chaldea app? You don't know Tuesday's gone? The one thing I hate about Chaldea app now is like I was told that the reason that they had done some of these updates was to make it a more seamless update process. And it still just feels like you have to go in and unpack their stupid zip file every stinking time. And I'm like, I shouldn't have to keep doing this. Get a proper freaking updater. Browser life is king. Yeah, I'm thinking about making the switch at this point because this is like the ability to have this on your phone is really nice, but this is really shit. Like, it used to be different, yeah. But you guys can see just how easy it is for me to like do some of this like while I'm at work. I do not pay attention to it. Just a second. Yep. To be able to get the new servant data in an older version. Oh, really? Okay, that I didn't realize. The big thing is I just got to get my data imported. Okay. Oh, almost. That actually still wouldn't have scuffed me though, chat. I can still recover from that. Okay, data imported successfully. There's the Barcast X Aurelia art. So that's actually not Aurelia. Good, though. I'm glad you're getting confused as to who it is. Okay. Even though it's loading for the first time, it looks like it took because it seems to be remembering my other shit. So the big thing is I just gotta like make sure that the newest units are in here. Oops, can't count. Yes. Oh, actually, hold on, chat. Is there a way to do so I can do both these things at once and give you guys something to watch? Is there a way to make sure you always stay on top? Really a pretender confirmed, right? Lartoria, yep. Yeah, it's so good. It's funny too, because anytime one of the other artists works on Aurelia and then like posts it, they get people that like comment. They're like, "Wow, that reminds me of Lartoria," and I'm like, "Yes, yes." It's like 100% what I'm going for. You fools! I don't think there's a way to. Does anyone know in Windows is there a way to make a window stay on top? Like, no matter what you're doing, which window is active. I've seen Aurelia art tagged as Lartoria on sites for yeah, which just makes me laugh. And like I said, I basically at this point treat it as a sign of respect almost. Yamete Yugi. I'm a fan of this artist. They're a big Camilla fan. Nice. There's a way if you had power toys. I don't. But I don't want chat to like doubt. There's only one way I can think of to do this. And it's to basically do it like this. Wait, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Okay, perfect, chat. Now you guys can see both still. Now no one will doubt what I'm doing. What you didn't realize is it's all a pre-recorded thing of my No. Which buff would you rather give your main damage servant a 2-time invincibility that lasts 3 turns or a 1 complete turn of invincibility? Really depends on what's kind of going on, but I think I'd rather have the 1 turn. Sometimes enemies just want to kill the fuck out of your unit, and the amount of like security that that provides is really good. Someone asked me about Theseus earlier. So Theseus 100% needs this lord. He does not need this lord. And not need this lord. So how bad are Theseus's materials? That's a spicy fucking meatball. Okay. Hi Theseus. How are you? So we're gonna go ahead and say that you need to be a 10. We're gonna go ahead and say that you need to be a 4. Then we're gonna go ahead and say, based off of those materials, I think 8 is solid for the remainder of those. I'm not going higher than that. I will say, let's see, what is is it popping up in the weird area here? Giant rings is fine. The crowns is a bit on the annoying side, but we should be okay. So I'm going to go ahead and slot that in for a 10, and for the rest of these, be able to stomach a 6 at least. That's anti-berserker. That's actually not bad. Go ahead and drop him in there like that, and that's Theseus. I need this filtered to people that I haven't put in here. Mabe Saber is not in my projections. Nor will she probably ever be on an A. I have her on JP. I know how she performs. I did not feel the need to roll her. Saber Astolfo will never be in my projections. Y'all know why. The Dude Saber. Really like that outfit. What was Medusa Saber like? When did she show up, chat? What was it was the foot banner, but like who else was on? Ah, that would have been a scuff. If I take the wrong support, that will absolutely make it a scuff, chat. Okay, the Mystic Eyes Symphony Summoning Campaign. And it's just her? Literally just her? What the fudge? She had at least a 4-star with her. Yeah, in the middle of all this. Okay. Okay, so we've got Durga. So this is Ordeal Call. This is the return of LB7. And then Altar we should be good on. I'm good on that. Like, chat, these are all Saber faces. It's a really good banner if you want to roll any of your remaining Saber faces. I don't need to. We good. So Medusa alone, we get Hakinden banner rerun, but not the actual event. And then that leads into Huyan Zhou, who I'm probably not rolling. I love this bait. I will be rolling NP5 down here. That's pretty far away. I will be rolling NP5 down here. So, like, these are pretty detached. My next question is, who am I rolling prior to, like, all of this? Because I'm probably not rolling Durga, which I know is sacrilege to some of y'all. Be rolling NP5 here. This is gonna be a spicy year because of that. I've got 3 Saber faces to roll after a year of no Saber faces. Nino Alter, I'll definitely roll Nino Alter. I'm more just looking at, like, what's the thickness of banners for me here, because I'll be rolling NP5 here. Not here, not here, not here, not here, not here. Like, the doomsday scenario is that I would maybe need to roll for more copies of Alter for cleans, and I really don't want to have to do that. I'm gonna hope by that point in time on NA that JP has a fix, and I'm gonna say even if I do, or even if we do get to this banner without a fix, I'm not sure I do it. So that I'm gonna say there's a very small chance that I go after something like this, but it is exceedingly small. And I think part of the problem with that is it's going to be a split. Unless it's like Jack with Umu and Lalter with Mordred. Or vice versa. Won't be rolling here. 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 Yeah, this is really, really safe. Man, that is a dead year for me. Holy crap. Like, the problem is just like, here's a new unit. Here's a new unit. Well, that's also new, but and then here's new units, right? Like, so it's like a lot of these are filler banners. A lot of these are old units that we already have. So you go a long period of time before you actually need to roll. They had the 4-star split. Okay. It was Mordred plus Lalter and Jack plus Nero. Damn it! If it were the other way around, that'd have higher odds. Because I have so many Mordred coins, it's not even funny. So like that's kind of the problem that I'm gonna run into with that. But yeah, I'm gonna say Medusa Saber because I do like that design. So I'm gonna say Medusa Saber is probably gonna be on that list. But like, it's probably just gonna be a token copy. It's not gonna be anything like too crazy. So in that regard, how is Medusa? The petrify chance being 100% is gonna make you want to lure that. That has to be lured. That's nice for cooldowns. Oh, I hate them. They're doing so much of a better job of making you want to lure all of the skills. That is a pain in the dick. There's not too many units at the moment though that use this, thank God. And especially if I'm not going to be rolling a lot of the ordeal call units, I should actually be pretty safe. So I'm gonna say Medusa is probably gonna end up being a like. I'm gonna tentatively put her down for like probably like 9, 10, 6, and we'll see. But it really will depend. And then how bad is your append here? Eggs and oh, disgusting! What the? You can't really get around it is the problem. So like, mana loading out of all of them, I have to put down. The others, not so much. But mana loading, gotta get done. That art is great. Yes, D. Go give the artist some love. Um, God, and of course she's got anti-berserker pen. Chat, this is the epitome of like power creep, where the devs have now recognized that everyone thinks that third append is stupid, and that what the community views as powerful and useful is berserker, and so they're now putting berserker on so many units because I don't know if you've noticed that. Like, not every unit has it, but there are a ton that do. And it's like if they can stretch it to make it make sense, they put it on it. And I find that really funny. There been a Jack the Ripper in another class. You want spoilers. Berserker the class is naturally strong against. Yeah. We don't get that, thankfully. Okay, I put her down. That's sabers that are covered. Archers, Tesla's not on the agenda. Summer Ilya's not on the agenda. Tametomo's not on the agenda. Oh, Takasugi not on the agenda. Ptolemy. Fucking Ptolemy. Chat. Fucking Ptolemy. Where are you at, Ptolemy? 3 hours until farming begins? What do you mean? It's already begun. You mean 3 hours until farming ends? Wait, somebody already found a clip of this? I just watched this today. This is cool. It was cool. It released yesterday. Oh, I know. I just find it hilarious that like not only did someone make the clip, but somebody already found it and put it in the queue. Right? Y'all are fast. Um. So out of these remaining, as we already talked about, that's an NP5 and that's an NP5. Uh, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I've been less than impressed with the second banner. It doesn't mean any of these units are bad, but I think I can live without them. Either way, I'll tentatively put them down as roll target, but I'm not sure that I'm gonna go that hard. I may have gone harder on JP than I will on an A. As returns. We get the rerun banner for Summer Scotty and Summer Ibuki, which, chat, I would like to point this out. Like, what is this shit? Like, hey, look, you can get Proto Merlin. Hey, look, you can get Summer Scotty. It's like way back in the back here. Or Ibuki. Like, it's just really funny to me that they do that. Like they're trying to hide it. Got one Gina here. Intriguing. This is not updated. This doesn't have the most recent banners. And chat, I'm going to say this. I don't blame the banner guy because JP is a whore for banners right now. Like they are just spamming that shit out. It's kind of ridiculous. Like actually kind of ridiculous. 5-second wait on YouTube or 5 seconds of ads on Twitch. Yes. How many boxes am I going to go for? I'm aiming for 500. Jarcher's bond 15 and I can't use her anymore, sadly. Yeah, I was pretty sparing with my Jarcher. I save her for moments like this where like I rolled Zenobia, but like Zenobia will work. The reason I'm using Jarcher is because Jarcher's refund is allowing me to 100% here with just Asclepius and the support Castoria. So basically it's helping out my bond. Full dead week is important, yes. How long does it take you guys to unfriend a super whale? Probably a month. That after a month, it does not matter who the fuck they are. They're not showing up whenever you try to get them to appear. Like you will have to refresh so many times, it will just not happen. Seems a lot of people noped out on this event. Half my friends just don't have CEs for this one. Well, like the CEs, the only CE you care about for this event is the actual Lotto drop C. Exclamation mark shows the materials. Yes. And a berserker on farming isn't needed. It's also and also on challenge isn't that helpful. I mean, it can help in farming cases. Like I think the Rash has an anti berserker append on his or something. No, his is Rider something. I don't remember. But like there's a couple scenarios where the unit actually has an anti berserker append and it can just be helpful for like taking out an early wave or something like that. And it's not that bad. I got a lot of apples, but I'm still waiting. I too have a lot of apples. Just of a different variety. But yeah, so this one doesn't have Ptolemy. I think Ptolemy is supposed to be like right there, but the person hasn't updated it because there's been so many freaking things. So it's fine. I think Ptolemy will be reasonably safe. I think the biggest problem is Kenshin's going to be coming at that point on JP. But like I said, my JP account, or sorry, my NA account is reaching the point where like it doesn't care and it just rolls the units it wants. Because it takes JP spamming a bunch of new units to even put me in jeopardy. And odds are I'm not going to like every single one of those units. Like it's just kind of a natural thing. So like we'll see. I'm not sure how I feel about this, but like I do think Ptolemy's going to be a really interesting unit, all things considered. Yeah, this one needs to be Lord for cooldown alone, but it definitely has some other nice effects. I'm doing the same comp but using Spishtar. Need her next bond for 120. Yeah. Yeah, Jarcher I would prefer not to have to use here, but I can, and that's why I'm doing it. I probably should try out utilizing the like quick comps or something, and that may be what I'll do if Asclepius hits max. But low key, I also just want a drop C chat. Oh, this awesome guy on YouTube that's a great lotto guy named Khadroth. Have you heard of the YouTuber Khadroth chat? I think the YouTube chat has. But GSSR, someone asked me that the other day. I looked, I have no fucking clue. As usual, it's like just there's no really good choice. I had an inkling that one might be the best, but I looked at the units and said like, I'm not sure I actually care about these. So it'll just depend. Um You know what? Let's let the mats decide on Ptolemy. How bad is he? That's his append. That's not actually that terrible. That hits me right in my D20. Right in my D20 chat. Um, I'll put him down. There's no harm in it. Chat, I'm someone that when I plan, and you guys can take this to heart yourself, but like when I plan, I always plan for more. And then if I get to the moment where I'm like, man, do I really want to roll for this guy? Do I really want this girl? Like, if I decide I don't, I don't. Like, and just, oh, well, I overshot on my farming. It's better to plan for it and then not. So the only units I don't put in are the units where I'm just like, I have zero chance of rolling that unit. Like I just do not see me I do not see me ever attempting to acquire that unit. So Nat 24 high, yes. Okay. It's a charisma. It's gonna go to 9. It doesn't need to be Lord, but it's gonna go to 9. I love the anti-archer on an archer for his append though. And we'll put his append 10. And we'll go with that. Alright, so Ptolemy's done. Sugitani is a permanent unit. You will get her. As a result, you can just go ahead and start plotting her. Oh God, what? What? No. No, 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 no. Those are already a pain in the ass. Yeah, I'm thinking like 6 to 8 is somewhere in her sweet spot. 9 is just not happening. So we'll take her to 8 on all of that. And it's that simple. As simple as that, chat. More. No. Actually, Mega Thomas will probably be pretty easy, so this will probably go to 7. Chickens, thank you for the 21. How are you doing today? Yep, that's Sugitani done. And then we have a welfare in Psycha. Well, you're guaranteed to get Psycha, and you're guaranteed to have to do something with Psycha. How bad is Psycha's mats? Bullets are a non-factor for me. LB3 bells are not the easiest. Actually, let me go double check this. No, not that. Item. And you can see, chat, I'm not like 100% on like every node, like boom, 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 boom. But I have very little downtime in between running them. And it's one of those deals where it's just consistency pays off in the end. You can see there's my obsidian edges. I need 300 and we haven't even gained access yet. So that's gonna be a little bit of a piece of crap for me. Cad in the gang, yes, instead of cool. But chat, what was the material I was looking? Psycho, what was it? What site am I using for plans? This is an app called Chaldea app. It's really useful. It does have a web version though. Obsidian? Was it Obsidian? No, it's the bells. The LB3 bells. And in particular, where's my items? Find some. Okay, so we're pretty solid. So I can go to 10 if I need to. So the better question is, what are my skills? God, I don't like having to read Japanese. It's because it's one of the newest servants, so like this has been translated, this and this haven't. And I pretty much remember what she does to begin with, but better safe than sorry. Let me just activate my skill. Okay, no, Saika. Saika Magui. Okay, party critical's not bad. This is actually her weakest skill. That's good. That's the one you're gonna want at high level. And then it's a flat charge, so we don't care. You really are only getting this for its cooldown because the defensive NP gain rate is just non-essential. So I think a 6 is gonna do it here. I think a 6 is gonna do it here, and then I think this is gonna be like a 9 on the main steroid. There's nothing here that requires a lore. So usually when stuff like that happens, it's an easy way to just get out of it, especially if it's a unit that you just don't see yourself utilizing very much. Not every unit requires a lore, chat. I know I'm very lore happy, but not every unit does. That is just a absolute non-starter for me. I will put it in still, but dear God, that's just not gonna happen very quickly. I can flat out tell you. 6 is fine. 6 is good. Low key chat. Low key, the Tear Stones of Blood are kind of nasty. It's not that there's a ton of units upcoming that need it. You just don't get a lot of them anymore. They're one of those like older mats that just almost never receive good nodes for them. And so as a result, they just kind of linger around and you never quite finish them off. Kind of nasty in that regard. So Archer's done. That's going to bring up Lancer. And the whole point of why I'm doing this is give me a better idea of like, hey, here's how much of each of these mats I need. And the reason I care about this, chat, is because we've got a decision coming up for how much do I want to farm a 90 versus a 90 plus. I am one drop off of max bonus on my NA account here. So it just really boils down to I don't care which node I do so much as the ease of doing the node as well as kind of the currency amount because that's what I'm really after. But I will take into consideration basically between the two, does one of them have drops that I really need really badly? And that's going to be a reason why. Had to Buster Farm with the scuffed double coin Morgan Gurley at 35. Hey, it happens. Look, especially if you guys are like new to FGO or this is like one of your first lottos or you're just for whatever reason not super prepared. Don't sweat not being able to do too many boxes in any one lotto. There's always going to be another lotto. And again, lottos are just get what you can get out of it type deals. It's not a huge deal. So I'm good there. I'm good there. I'm good there. And I'm good there. So we don't even have to touch Lancer. Ryder is Constantine's not in my plans. Takeda Shingen. I don't really care too much for his design, but I'm probably gonna roll him because I'm a huge freaking Warring States nerd at this point. Oh god, charge skill, I think, isn't it? That's his NP gain. Wait, yeah, no. God, this is the problem with some of the translations. It's like NP gain per level versus NP gain up. So this is a charge skill. I was right. Game made me think not. So this is a 10. This is a probably it's got the 3 turns invincible. But that doesn't level up, so it's just the damage cut in the NP gain. We'll see. How am I on this? This is attack up and 1 ally cooldown reduction. This is probably a 9. So how bad are my maths? Okay, so I'm gonna flat out admit that this is probably going to end up being a like 6. Because I don't want to spend more of that if I don't have to. So it's probably gonna be like 9, 10, 6. What he's gonna come in at. I think the 10 on the middle is non-negotiable. It's his steroid and his 50% charge. And then mana loading. You guys are probably seeing in the middle of this event. So now when I say how nice it is for a 50% charger to have their mana loading unlocked and maxed out, do you guys understand that now? After like struggling with some of that with a 30% CE from a non-MLB Lotto C, how like nice that can be to have that. So we'll go ahead and give him 10 on the mana loading. Not really? Okay. Glad to know. When should we MLB the Lotto see? So usually the way it boils down to is I believe it's at 4 drops. Because like what ends up happening is you should get 4 from the shop. 4 more drops would make 8. 8 can turn into an MLB, which is 5, and then 3 spares. So the whole point of that is you have a +2, which is your MLB, and then your 3 spares. And basically, your support is going to be your 5th slot, which should be a +2. And then your 6th slot is nothing. And the whole point to this is the same amount as if you had instead not MLB'd and been running a like a 6th slot. So it's usually at 4 drops you can do your first. Yeah, whenever you would break even. Good way of putting it. Well, chat, I don't think I need to put Solomon in my calculations, considering he's never been released. Edison's not likely to show up, no matter what I do. Ilya, Solomon again. Miu, no. And well, I'm sorry, Avalon. So anyways, then we go on to Assassin. The other one is here, so I don't need to plot those in. I'm not sure why they did this whole bullshit of like, hey, you can plot in all 3. It doesn't really matter. I guess if you wanted to like have a choice type deal. And I'm not going to be rolling her. So Berserker, I will be rolling that banner so I can rest assured that I will be getting his ass. They have different IDs. Oh no, I know. They have different IDs. They're just the exact same stats, so it's not a huge deal regardless. Unless you wanted to plot out doing multiple of them. But as of right now, you can't get multiple, and the only way to get multiple would be when they show back up in the Evocation Festival. Then you could. Sent you a message with an MLB guide on Discord. Is it General's Guide? Yeah, it's Generals. I was gonna say General does this for every lotto, and it holds true in every lotto. Chat. It just doesn't matter. Like you guys can change this for whatever the CE is, but the general premise is like we said, right? So you usually get like 4 copies from the shop, and then it's 4 more drops to MLB your first one, and then from there it's usually an additional 4 every single time, if I remember correctly, or maybe it's 5. I don't know. Stop clickbaiting me, Cad. What do you mean? Why am I clickbaiting you? I got spooked by her, so I have 1 copy. Slowly raising from scratch? Yeah. Still remember the table with traces? Hey, it's okay. What's more important, JP Christmas or NA Tunguska raids? Because they'll both be active at the same time. I can't answer that question for you because it depends on you. I've been too lazy to update it. Damn! General can't even be bothered to change a single PNG. What the No, it's fine. Like I said, you shouldn't really have to, right? Because it's more of a like general purpose type deal. Like it applies to every lotto. The only question would be like, do you care about the CE itself? Dependent. Is Asclepius story better only? Yes. Asclepius is story only, and then I think it's is it Ezo and Mori are limited around the same time period? You're actively rooting against new Buster servants, so you don't have to do anything either. What do you mean, so you don't have to do anything either? There's no point in that, Martel, because you're still going to have to change stuff. Regardless, you're going to have to plot it out based off what you've already set for yourself. It doesn't matter. Like, this is the problem with guide content, and in general, I think it's funny to have this conversation with some of you, but like, chat, this is 100% of the reason why, like, the new player guide is not getting updated every 2 minutes. Because I'm not going to update it every 2 minutes. Like, it's one of those deals where it's like, I will wait until there's significant things that need to be changed and then make all the changes at once. Because it is easier that way. Oh, sweet. There it is, chat. There it is. We got a drop. This node has been very kind to me on drops. Like I said, this should be my final copy unless I miscalculated. Oh, wait, hold on. What am I doing? Yep. There we go. So, chat, how many of y'all are at max bonus with me? Anyone else? I'm legitimately curious if anyone else is. Hour drop, yes, comrade. Surely I am, yeah. Let me double check supports. Because I have not put that many on there. What's our final node, chat? I shouldn't be asking this question. I should remember from the Lotto guide. 0 assassins? Yeah, and then what's the 90? Lancer? Okay, so we want Saber and we want Caster. Alright. I'll leave that as it is right now. I don't want to clutter people's lists if I don't have to. Yep, we're good there. Oh, here you go, chat. Allow me to put up my jarter for all of y'all. Kind of forgot. I'm sorry. There you go. You guys can have a Melisum with a 3-star C. Debating if I should put my Sanzang up. Yeah, why aren't you using Best Farmer Imia? Y'all want me to scuff, don't you? Y'all really want it bad. Yeah, who do you think does more damage? My Imia or my Jarcher? Do it, you coward? No. No. So now it's max bonus. Now we can just set it at that and chill. There we go. Now we can change the title as well. I can't even break for MLB yet. Well, look, okay, so part of the issue too, chat, and like why I'm already at MLB already at like max bonus, and a lot of you aren't even at an MLB yet, is because most of you guys just waited to start, right? Like, and that's fine. But this is why, like, when people are like, Ted, you're crazy. Why are you popping apples on day one? Why are you going this hard? And I was like, you don't get it, do you? I told y'all, I'm like, if I wanted to make 500 boxes, I had to start day one. I knew. I freaking knew. Can you put an MLB on Oberon for the nodes tonight? Yes, it's already on them. All my meta supports have MLB. Need explanation ploy? For what? Okay, so chat, where were we? We were on Psycha there for a while. Oh yeah, right. I'm on Shimpachi. Let me check out some. That's not how you spell Shimpachi. That's not how you really? I hate you sometimes, fandom. I actually hate you. Cat, are you gonna do a box opening stream? No, why would I? There's no reason to. Ooh, Ray, you tricky SOB, putting your Scotty first. That's y'all are getting tricky with your supports. Okay, so Shimpachi, he's got the bust performance for 3 turns, and his guts, that's not a bad one. The evasion, hard evasion for 1 turn, and a shitty scaling defense for 3 turns, I think. Yeah. And then this is his crit damage. Fudge. You really want the 3rd skill leveled? Okay. So how bad are your mats? Why do you hate me? Why? Why do you hate me? I am never getting out of this hell. Like, this is just ridiculous. Yeah, 8 it is. Like, there's 0 point in ever touching bells. I'm sorry. Like, he's just gonna take 8s and he's gonna like it. And none of his shit needs to be lured. And you can see, like, these are all materials that I have, like, I shit these for breakfast. And basically, like, bells, on the other hand, are a material that will forever plague me until the end of time. Forever, chat. I don't even need to look at any of his appends. He ain't getting any of them. Not unless I get like a shit ton of coins for him, which is possible, but I'm not even sure that I would care about his appends because Shimpachi's just a very interesting, like, card-based crit-oriented unit. Most of where I would use him is for fun mega crits and not on like, hey, I actually need this. Third day one too, but I'll admit I'm only at 70-ish boxes. I mean, I think that's fine too. Like, yeah, please understand, I'm not the most amount of boxes that someone could do. Is there a particular reason this lotto is shorter than normal? Is Tunguska that much better for people? No. In fact, I'm actually confused as to why so many people are obsessed with Tunguska. Um, Tunguska is not like awful by any means, but it's not as good as seemingly people seem to hype it to be. Why this lotto is so much shorter? It's actually as short as the original lottos that we used to get. It's not like terrible in that regard, but I do think it's what particularly makes it annoying is the fact that it's a Christmas event, so you don't get all of your shit until the end, basically. Like, when you finally get the best nodes is where your efficiency is finally good, and you only get those nodes for a couple of days. Why in particular it's short? It's just because the JP schedule required it to be when it originally came out. Dad figures he's in hell and he'll never get out of it. I'll never get out of it until they put bells in a lotto. Then I'll be done with it. But until that point, Shadowcat, thank you for the follow. That's the issue that I'll run into. Okay, so now we're finally on our extra classes. Jim Jiminy, Jim Jiminy, Jim Jim Jeru. Oh, Moriarty. Do I actually want to roll AoE Arts Moriarty? Nope. Not now. Not now that I put out Mellison. I don't think I do. Like, he wasn't originally in my plans anyways, so I think he's an easy skip at this point. Kenshin, on the other hand, fuck yes. Yeah, I'm going straight into that. Kenshin hot AF. Okay. Kenshin's maths don't like me, but they're actually not too bad. Ruler, chat, ruler means automatic 7. Like, automatic. Boom, just go. Just everything 7. Just put it in. Who cares? It's free. If you're doing lottos, you're gonna have the gyms and you're gonna have the QP. And so it's a non-concern at that point. But the problem is going to be, do you have the mats for the final ones? And that's where it's going to matter a little bit more. So let's go ahead and take a look at... So let me set this back to 0 real quick. Take a look at this. Oh no, 5 more eggs. Curse you. That will actually set me probably over and needing eggs again. It won't be the end of the world, but I'll be okay with it. 7 AEE. Thank you for the follow. Oh, Faye, you're getting even trickier. What the hell? Roll for the donkey? Wait, oh, Don Quixote? I think he's already in my plans. That's why we didn't have to plot him with regards to the Lancers. Like, anyone that you guys are not seeing is someone that's already projected. These are literally just the people that I don't currently have projected. Okay, so then Kenshin. You can't search by last names on fandom. I don't know why. Yeah, that's a lore. I'm gonna be honest, chat. The fact that they're all 6s too, everything has a reason to be at 10, and I'm inclined to just give her 10, 10, 10. I think she'll work really well because you're gonna want to use her as a boss killer in challenge content. So I think that will be the logic there. All right, Avengers. Well, I'm good on that. Alter Egos, I'm good on that. Moon Cancer, I'm good on that. And Foreigner, Juan Gina, am I gonna roll for you? No. Pretender, I'm good. Shielder, I'm good. Beast. Well, let's ask Nasu whether or not any of these will be rollable. No, Umu was a one-time only thing. I'll believe that when I see it, but as of right now, I cannot project anything on those. So now, with that in mind, how am I doing statistically? Like, what other materials do I need? And this actually doesn't change much. I'm back to needing silvery crowns. Let's go. Let's go. They return. Oh, that's funny. I'm sorry. If you roll less servants, it's easier to level them all. That's true. Kind of. It's also technically harder to level them all because your unit roster's not as good, but still. Is the Melson banner coming to NA before Sungusi? Yes, it is. We pretty much know we're going to have a week in between this event and Tunguska. Tunguska should start on the 22nd, so you guys should be pretty okay to have that. In fact, I think someone was already telling me that NA's already data mined the fact that it's there, which is freaking hilarious because the NA devs keep pushing stuff early, and I don't know why. Oh, I'm back to needing eggs again, too. All right, sweet. So I actually have a reason to do both the 90 and the 90 plus. So we'll do the 90 until I get my 7 eggs. We'll do 90 plus the rest of the time. Oh, that's funny. I'm sorry. We'll be back from my trip right in time for story. Nice. Melson NP2 or 3 incoming. I see. Melison's banner isn't in the files yet. Yeah, specifically hers is not, but I'm gonna tell you you're gonna get it. If they don't, they'll just piss people off and people will scream at them, which would not be a good idea for them to do that. So count on it being there. If it's not, you have very valid reasons to be angry at the devs. I got tricked the other day on JP and ended up taking Ace. Yeah. The people that keep Ace in that first ascension, sorry, not first, second ascension, they know what they're doing, and they should be ashamed. She buff purges, yeah. She removes all buffs before damage, at least in Kenshin's case, assuming that's what you're talking about. Can you look into your Magic 8 Ball? And tell me when Draco is coming back to Gacha? Sure. Probably New Year's. I wouldn't be surprised by that. I mean, like, at minimum in the GSSR, but actual banner, I don't know. I think Draco is like many other before her, like Oberon and other units that they're just very much trained to keep, you know, close to vest. You look at her and you look at Tiamat, and I don't think Tiamat's had another banner either. And they're both very strong units. And I the way I view this is, for those of you guys that are old school, you guys remember basically, and actually let me just switch these you guys should remember at this point, you know, from going on years and stuff, like, you know, how they treated, like, Jalter, right? Like, Jalter didn't get a banner but, like, once every 18 months. They knew she was a high-demand unit. Everyone wanted her. She was strong. And they just kind of, like, they did not give her banners, but they held on to her, and they kept her rare. And I think that's what they're going to do with some of these other units, right? Like, so it's anyone's guess as to when she'll come back, but that would be my guess. Why would they do that? First Ascension is the best one. I do agree with that. Artificial scarcity. Yeah, it's FOMO, baby. Gotta have that FOMO. I might have to skip Tiamat to MP5 Draco. You know, it's very interesting. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about Tiamat on my NA account. Like, I'm definitely going to roll the token copy, but I think, like, do I want more copies of her? I don't know. we're getting to that point where like some of these units are just so ridiculously broken that I actually believe that it will like diminish my enjoyment of the game. Like, you know, we've had these debates back and forth in the community about like, you know, oh, who's the strongest and like what do you do in these situations, and like when the answer can be like, hey, you're talking about going up against a cavalry, sorry, not a cavalry, a knight class node, and people are like, oh, hey, yeah, just take Tiamat. We got problems, chat. We got problems. I'm sorry. Like, should not be a thing. We should not have an alter ego who is not effective against that, out damaging the people that are effective, right? Like, the devs have to do something in that regard. I don't know whether or not they will. But if they don't, it'll just naturally end up impacting their gacha numbers. I am part of the problem. Yes. But I mean, like, and I'm going to say this, the second they bring back a Draco, the second they bring back a Tiamat, the people that have been standing them so hard are going to roll more. The people that have heard how good they are going to roll more. And then they're going to be like, well, fuck, everyone's cheesing our content with an NP5 Tiamat or Draco. What the heck is wrong? Why did we allow this? And they'll look at the community and they'll basically pull one of these, chat. They're going to give you the classic NPC face. Okay? They're going to be like this. But then instead, they're going to be like this. And they're going to be like, why did you roll NP5? You're breaking our game. It's going to be like, yep. What did you expect? You made it strong. It's your own damn fault. Nice. Did I wake you up? I'm sorry, Jay. Thank you for the 1,000 biddies. Appreciate it. Why did you allow NP5 then? Yeah, it's more like the devs keep making stuff redonkulously broken, and then they just don't understand why they made it so broken, right? Like they look back and they're like, man, we shouldn't have done that. And it's like, you think? Like, yeah, it's like literally Oberon scaling is kind of the issue. And I've said this before that like it is very easy to still make Oberon a borderline necessity for every account, and that's just remove Oberon's third skill. Oberon with just his first two skills alone would have still just been powerful enough to take for everyone's account. You could have given him his third skill. It could have had some benefit, but the second it doubled up every NP damage, scaling just went like crazy. So it's like, I don't know what the heck they were thinking with that one. And then now it's become an arms race of not only like who can touch Black Grail, since of course they allowed that to also synergize, which they could have prevented. They could have just said, oh, hey, it doesn't apply to Mystic Codes. It doesn't apply to, I don't know why I did that. It doesn't apply to craft essences and stuff like that. And it would have still been at least more tame, but still powerful. So the fact that they allow all of that, now you've got an arms race of not only who can touch Black Grail, but who can touch it the hardest. Like who gets the most out of it? Who can like, you know, double and triple stack NP damage buffs and like be able to double that up with Oberon's third skill? That's the problem that they keep having. How dare you pay money? Yes. Did I scuff? No, I just popped an extra skill that I didn't need to. You earned a 1K bits badge. Yes, you did. Congratulations. You've now earned a new emote on the channel, because there are actually emotes that you guys get permanently with bits, which I find hilarious because Twitch doesn't really want you to like Twitch doesn't really do anything for us to incentivize this, but technically, chat, you actually get more value out of bits in Twitch than anything else if the streamer has the bit emotes set up. Because the logic here goes, you could pay $10 for 1,000 bits, and that would get you a emote. And that emote, you have. You don't have to like keep subbing to keep that. You have that emote. So I find that really funny that they set it up that way. The only thing that can be done is like I can change what that emote is, but outside of that, it's like it's really funny to me. Galactic, thank you for the 30 emotes. You say emotes? Yeah. His subtitles scuffed? Yeah, that happens all the time. as further proof that I'm actually playing the game and this is like some, recording or simulation. Although I'm sure I make it look like it's not like it's some macro or script or something. What's up, Expose? Cad Rage is all mine forever-ish. Yeah, forever-ish. Now you're one of the few, the proud, the ragers. FGO in-game subtitles? Yeah, I know. That's what I assumed you were talking about, because that's like the only thing that ever gets stuck on my screen. I didn't get why they didn't add the subtitles for attack animations. I'm gonna say this once, and I'm gonna say this again probably a million times, but chat, I'm so happy that they added subtitles to like the extra stuff that they did. All of this should have been in game day one. You localized this game to an A, but you did a half-ass job localizing it. You didn't localize half the freaking things. And to be fair, a lot of gacha games have that issue. But I don't understand how it's just for years we never understood what half the people were saying. Kind of a testament to how good the Fate franchise is and how much people enjoy it, that people didn't care. They knew subs mattered for NPs, but not for anything else. I think it's just the amount of work that they had to do to put it in. Like I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna try to trivialize it and make it sound like they didn't do work. They did. It's just one of those things where I'm amazed that this was not done prior to launch, like years ago. Can't even silence her. Different management. You're right. Let's go ahead and give Aniplex a pat on the back. They finally got one right, chat. Out of all the things that they fucked up since we transitioned to Aniplex, Aniplex is finally getting this one right. I mean, I find it funny too because they've also admitted in some of the interviews that the transition over from like the Lightworks to Lasingle is that apparently most of the stuff that they had coming out that people credited to Lasingle early on was stuff that they had already had in the works for years, which I find hilarious. The winning on proper percent displayed on skills themselves without needing to pull up an outside resource to know. Well, then I would be out of a job. Like, what good am I if I can't just immediately regurgitate random facts like the percentile scaling of certain skills? Surely there's nothing else that what? Oh, okay. Thank you for the weird. God, Twitch, you should not do that. What the fuck? Twitch just sent me a push notification, like basically on my dashboard. And I'm not talking about the whole hey, like something in your notifications thing. Like, no, you know how when a streamer you follow goes live and sometimes it gives you a pop-up? Twitch just did that to me. And we're like, click here to change your ad revenue settings. And I'm like, no, fuck off with that. Like, what? I don't need a prompt midstream to be like, you could be earning more by taxing the plebs. Like, thank you. I'm good. I don't need to do that. They could get the numbers from the wiki and add it to the game. Honestly, I would find that hilarious if they did something like that. We need to be taxed. Hey, Mr. Streamer, wouldn't you like an ad or two, right? Yeah. Think about it. It's Christmas time. Don't you need to pay for your Christmas presents? Just run another ad. Imperial privilege, apply random effects. Yeah, I'm gonna say this. With the amount of laundry list of skills, it would at least be helpful if they told you this is what Imperial privilege gives. The percentile scaling of Vlad charge skill go. Pretty sure Vlad's is 20 to 30, but I may be wrong on that. Now, if you ask me what that is at each increment, It probably goes something to the effect of rank 10 would be 30, so rank 9 would be 28 because they never let it be 29 so that it couldn't round up and give you a free easy level. That probably means rank 1 is 20, and therefore it probably goes 20, 22, 24, 26. No, that still seems off. So it probably has to be like 25 at the middle level or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's how it is. It's basically 1% every single level. So it'd be 20, 21, 22, 23, all the way up until 28 at rank 9, and then it just jumps to 30. So basically, it's whatever the skill level is minus 1. So if it's like a rank 6 skill, it's probably 25%. JP fixed that. Sorry, JP fixed what? How many spoons do you have? We can check right here after this run. Or flavor text like that one Medea skill. I mean, some of the rapid words are like 140%, so they're very difficult to be able to tell you off the top of my head. Usually in those cases, though, it's like rank 8 or like rank 6. Or, and I think in Medea's case, it's literally rank 4 is all you need of the skill. See, like, it's impossible for me to know like exactly off the top of my head, but I can usually tell you where breakpoints are. That's just years of having to do account review and stuff. I would love for battery skills to give actual percentages. Yeah, I feel like that would be really nice. Like even if it was like if you held down on it or something where like it didn't display it normally, but like if you asked for more information, it was there, right? I think that would be fine. Tony, thank you for the follow. JP has the effects listed. Oh, really? Does it? Interesting. Wait, why did I have to card there? I should not have had to card there. That was dangerously close to a scuff. Missed a buff. I must have. Okay, so chat. We are at 146.20. If someone would do me the math favor, I ain't stopping. Scuffed? No, not scuffed. I'm gonna tell you right now how we're gonna scuff tonight, chat. It ain't gonna be from the actual comp. You guys won't get me on that. Where you will get me is Cat will get distracted while selecting a support and accidentally just take the completely wrong unit. That's where you'll get me. 234 plus 10. Yeah, so we're doing pretty good. I'm at a decent clip here. It's basically 5 boxes an hour. And like I said, it's going to get more efficient. So the problem is I'm not going to get any more efficient. More drops doesn't mean anything to me now. Like I am as efficient as I can be for any given node. And the only question will be how efficient do I wish to be for the rest of it. So let me take a look at the handy dandy lotto guide prepared. Nope. Prepared by Mr. Avalon. As usually, oh my god, we don't need streamception. Okay, there we go. Plunk. Okay. Gotta love the 5 arts cards so you can't even avoid the arts chain. Let's see. So what's the easiest? Oh, really? I can just get away with Summer Okitan? I may do that. That'd be very, very nice. Especially because it does not use the Mystic Code, I don't think. Oh, no. I think it does use the Mystic Code, but, like... Okay, so I got an MP5. That'll probably work regardless. Worst case, I do a Scotty defense down. Next year, we have 3 lottos, right? No, you have 2 still. Because you don't get one... You don't get the, like, mid-year one that you normally do. Yeah, it's 600 equals a box. So if that's the case, I can get away with that. Oh, but there's a Tomoe summer. Oh, but that makes me use the Mystic Code, and I haven't had to use a Mystic Code yet, chat. Not that I haven't accidentally pressed the button on the Mystic Code, but that's just force of habit. Oh yeah, Dantes. Totally forgot Dantes is a thing. Then the real question is gonna be, what do I want to do on the 90 plus? Curse you and your Okuni cops. Let's see. Did we need the proc from Helena for these comps? Oh, I hate when I'm at 39 like this. No procs? Okay, sweet. Wait, if you don't need the proc, why do you... Damn it, I should have asked you this to begin with. I was gonna say, if you don't need the procs, why do you need the, why do you need the skill at 10? Because it has battery. Oh, right. Yeah. Because that's where the 30% battery is. Thank you. Okay. I was gonna say, I was like, hold on. I was like, do you even have to pop it then? But yeah, it's a charge issue. Or would it be? Or would it be? So what you're saying is, I can get away with actually popping Helena's or not having to pop Helena's second skill, because what you should be able to do is pop Oberon skill 1, and then that's going to give 20%. Helena herself gives 20%, and then as long as she has an append, you're good if you have MLB. That's a big if. I understand not everyone will. Art of the day is wild, as always. As always, chat. Is there a link to it on the cord? No. It is, oh, hey, chat. I can start giving away drops now. Who wants it? Yep, there goes the Peepo riot. Give, right? Des Oceans de Alegres, chat. I haven't dropped a single one yet. No. The rich getting richer. This always happens. Look, chat. I want you guys to understand. Once you're at max bonus, there is a passive 200% increase to drop chance. Like it's a confirmable thing. Okay? Because I swear to God, you only get drops when you don't need them. Append on Perma 4-star at NP2 is a big ass. Oh no. No, you 100% did the comp right. I am greeting. I want to be clear here. I am greeting. This is all I ever do. I find ways to make it easier on myself. Like, I am going to see just how much I can get away with. Yeah, I should actually be pretty good there. Sweet. Oh, that'll also save the Mystic Code buff. Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice. So the only question is, can I do it without Oberon? Because if I can do this node without Oberon, I should be pretty good. Yeah, that requires an MP2 Kentucky, which I don't have. Ah, yes, the Vikabron. Hope you get nightmares, clowns. What? Get open 50 boxes currently. So I am going to give you guys this sage advice. If you are over 10 boxes in the lotto right now, stop what you are doing, open 10 boxes. Like at least open the first 10 right now. Because opening them after you get the new nodes where the efficiency increases is technically a waste of efficiency. Instead of, hey, what if I do it like later? Now, obviously you don't necessarily have to, right? Like you could wait until completely after the lotto, but if your whole goal out of this is to try and get the first 10 out of the way for whatever may be in the boxes, like say more apples, that's why I'm going to tell you it's probably better to go ahead and just do them now on the current 80 node rather than once the 90 and the 90 plus are available. What do you think about all supports have guild max regardless of owner skill level? What do you mean? I open every 5 because it gives me a sense of accomplishment. Hey, whatever works. Whatever floats your goat. I want to open boxes early because of extra missions. They cost currency. Oh, you're saying it gives the current. Wait. You want to open boxes early because of the extra missions. They cost currency. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Good point. I like that did not click with me. I understand what you're saying now. And actually, we should go do that. Oh, chat. We should do the JPCQ. I don't know what's in the JPCQ. I meant to do that tonight, but we should absolutely do that, especially before 11 o'clock. Extra notes expire at the same time the farming notes expire. Yeah, you should have them. They're permanently available. They require you to do more stuff. Take a look at them. Because I've done some of them already. From that same logic of just like, well, the next node coming is better efficiency, so I may as well do these now. To listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once. I am one of those melodramatic fools, neurotic to the bone, no doubt about it. Times I give myself the creeps. It all keeps adding up. I think I'm fucking up. Okay, so wait, which one was this? This is Cooking Exercises V, aka 5. Yeah, the real reason to do these is you get the Martha coins. Otherwise, it actually does not matter. Damage cut of 500 permanent, unremovable. Oh no, what will I do? Oh no, chat, what will I do? Give me 5 seconds here. Oh, that's the Saberface comp. Realize these are the same comp. I think fucking. Thank you for the follow, whoever that was. Give me 1 second, I'll thank you properly. Event bonus. Chat, I did have to use one command seal in the event earlier in one of the nodes because I forget which note it was. I was trying to solve it, and I saw Raiko was bonus, and I ended up taking her in with the logic being, well, she's a 30% charger now, and that's only on an A, not JP. Sorry, only on JP, not an A. Said that backwards. How many comps I added to that lotto? Yep. Yep. Kids don't know how things were in the 90s. That's true, they don't. Psych? Oh, don't you dare. We gotta bring Psych back. Karaoke Cad. Actually, it's very difficult for me to sing right now because I'm like super stuffy. I have been for like a week now. Ba, ba, ba. Okay, am I gonna care? Me no think me will. But just in case, me going kill Berserker. Berserker. You took Raiko on an A to do something? Yes, Raiko is damage bonus in the event, and I took her in thinking I could 3-turn with her because she was a 30% charging Berserker. Only to realize that she doesn't have her 30% charge buff and won't have it for like a year and a half. Give gift sub? What do you mean? That was a one shot. And besides, I wouldn't count it for this. These are challenge nodes. They're not being very challenging, but they are challenge nodes. Okay, so we can't do the final one because it's not out yet. And well, I guess I can go ahead and run one of these. So chat, you have to run this one at least once if you want the ticket, but all this is this is the fourth shop currency node that if you don't want to exchange the currency once you've cleared out that shop, if you don't want to exchange the currency for just more QP, you can use it to run this node. And what it gives in this event is actually, I believe, ice. Let me double check. Yeah, it gives ice drops. So this is actually an insanely easy node. I'll go ahead and throw up Castoria for this. And we'll just go burr. Sieg looping? Yeah, I'm just gonna basically throw this in and do it the one time. I don't think, like, with the amount of farming I have to do still, like, we've got like 3 days left in the event after this point, chat. Like I have half my remaining quantity to do in 3 days. I can do it, but it's going to require me to basically be doing it nonstop. Was that an esports waiver? I have a level 1 waiver. I have not esports them yet. Because I don't care to use a lore on waiver. Like, not level 1 waiver, right? Martha's so cute. She is. Now, chat, ask me how many USOs I have from waiver. Wait, which event has NA? Like, NA has like 3 days left. At 11 o'clock, it's technically not 3. It's more like 3 days and like 23 hours and 59 minutes. But it'll display as 3 days remaining. Basically, y'all have until the end of the day Friday. I remember that time you showed off a story summon and waiver appeared. The time you showed off a story summon. Showed off a story. think I've shown off a story on. They basically have never really told it. She's trying to cook for us with yours voice. Wait, is young Martha not the same voice as old Martha? Or is Martha voiced by Yor? Like, are they the same VA? If so, I totally didn't ever catch on to that. Because like now that you say that, yeah, I absolutely hear it. They are the same VA. Okay. I was like, huh. Interesting. So now what we need to do, chat, here's what I need all of you memers to do, okay? Memers, listen up. The whole Street Fighter 6 collab that everyone's going insane over, putting Chun-Li in Yor's outfit, we need to like hijack this and be like, well, it's actually an FGO X Spy Family collab. Okay, that's what we need to do. Just every single time one of them does it, we need to hijack it and claim that we did it first. Because we have the VA. Martha voices Ushi, who voices Yor. Oh, I see. I didn't realize it was detached like that. That like the character had to do like Inception in order for it to be. Aerial Drive Yor, right? Yeah. Yeah, I want to see that CE get live 2D animated and then voiced. Did you say Chun-Li in Yor's outfit? Yes. Yes, I did. I absolutely did say Chun-Li in Yor's outfit. Would you like me to say it again? I would pay for aerial drive left today. As would I. Aerial drive is a fantabulous. What in the world have I missed? You've missed so much, Barry. Welcome back to the land of the living. 1.5 hours till farming starts again? Yes, till it starts again. Till it starts again, chat. Oh wait, I totally forgot. We still didn't go do the CQ on JP. I set out to do that. We did everything but that. Okay, let's see. Challenge quest. It's Weisugi Kenshin. Oh, excellent. Fandom doesn't tell us what happened. So, chat, anything I gotta worry about on the break bars of the JPCQ? Forever Copium with FGO2 with Live 2D and idle animations and a home screen. You know what's wild is I think a lot of us would still just prefer like a similar system. I do think there'd be people that would be like, oh, hey, we want like action combat, but you know, kind of like that guy that I berated on Twitter the other day. Like, I do think there's a place for, you know, turn-based stuff in video games, and it's like the fact that people are like pretending like just because a game is turn-based, it's just objectively worse. Always will salt me. Martha, but in Yor's assassin outfit? Yeah, there you go. There's an idea for Faye. The guy got ratioed so bad it was hilarious. Well, the amount of cope that he kept spitting out. So, like, he kept saying that, well, the real reason was that it should have an alternate game mode so that other people can enjoy it. And I watched as then people basically made him backpedal hard when they're like, so what you're saying is by that logic that in order for people to enjoy it, Spider-Man 2 should have a turn-based mode that alternate people can enjoy it. And he was like, well, actually, no, because like it's super common for RPGs to have action combat, but it's not common for superhero games to have turn-based combat. I was like, so you're a hypocrite. Like that's all this is. I was like, I'm sorry. Like, you dunking on the idiot on Twitter. Yeah, it's just one of those deals where it's like, I understand that these people, and like you read the comments and he's like, no, I totally like I totally get it, and all I'm trying to say is blah blah blah. I'm like, No, chat. Don't believe that person, okay? The second this person makes an inflammatory comment and then tries to backpedal it afterwards, he 100% knew what he was doing. He purposely made the comment to stir the pot and then tries to walk it back and make himself seem more sensible. That's all he's doing. That's 100% it. Okay, where's the CQ? Come here. Come here, CQ. Damn, if only I had a single target looping Avenger. Avengerer. Alright, chat. So I'm totally not gonna get, like, NP sealed, right? Assume NPs? Why would you say that? At this point, you know what? Yeah. We'll do this. Don't like it when they do that and act bully. Right, yeah. They're like, no, like, you said something that you know was going to salt people. And it's always the, like, hey, you know, I'm not saying that the game is bad. And then you look back at the original tweet and you're like, you literally said that the game was worse for having it. So you know. Why am I suddenly hearing this twice? Hold on, chat. Because we didn't have sound on before. Okay. So you're totally not gonna, like, curb stomp me here, right? Let's do it like that. That is ready for platformer FIFA. Yeah. Yeah, where's my platformer FIFA? I need a different game mode so that I can enjoy the game that I hate. Like, chat, where's my Pokemon shooter? I require it. I require Pokemon shooter. That's Power World. You're damn right it is. What should we do with excess experience cards? Make craft essence bombs. So if you ever have too many, like, CEs and you're not sure what to do with them and you know you're not going to use them, don't burn them, but instead turn them into a craft essence bomb, Ethan. And if you need any sort of guidance as to how to make those, I actually have a video talking about the whole process and the logic behind it. Cat, is Power Wash Simulator a shooter? Yes. Man, do I want to loop? Did I get the cards to loop? I didn't really get the cards to loop. Ah, fuck it. Do it anyways. A tactical first-person dirt shooter, yeah. Technically, the Pokemon photo game is the type of shooter. There you go, yeah. See, we'll get a real Pokemon game soon. So, chat, what would be the... Oh, no, I got it. I got it. Here you go, chat. So, I'm not the biggest fan of racing games. So, I think for racing games that we should have turn-based mode. For people like me. So that I also can enjoy racing games. It makes perfect sense, right? Like... Yeah. Just, it's logical. Why you would need that. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Mystic Code, because I feel like that didn't do jack shit for damage, or I didn't notice that, you had some sort of crazy-ass, like, no you. I want Mario Kart D&D. Someone here is getting taken, by the way, chat, because Kenshin removes buffs.
今も私は走っています。
Zero
胸
damage,
に
I
宿る
assume
星の
that's
鼓動
okay.
ホープビル・キャメロット。
Hopefully it's just not, you
やめな
know...
さい。そこですね。
Oh my god, this
風の
is
よう
so
に
little damage.
たわいない
It's the crits. The
星の
crit
ような
saved
輝
my
き
ass. Holy cow. So if I didn't pop the Mystic Code there, I would not have cleared.
をなんとかなる。
What is that? What is that?
天地よ人よ
Take
この一つに
Tamamo!
我が義を見よ。
No!
知らないのたち。
Okay, never mind. That didn't kill her somehow.
遅い。
Alright, we Gucci. We Gucci, chat. I don't know how that worked, but that did not kill no one. Well then.
工具
Intriguing.
展開。
Oh, this is such a weird way to do this.
いいでしょう。
We're gonna do it like
対
this.
終末展開。
And then this.
始めろ。見せちゃおうかな。再発
Did you roll a Kagatora ruler? Or was that a lucid dream I had? What are you talking about? Like, why would I roll a
集
Kagatora?
い。円卓の守護者たち。ラウンドオブアーバロン。
Triple NP time? Yeah.
黒金の城。神域の技。円卓は空席なれど。清掃にほころびはなく。
No, I think both you
離れよう
and
と
Jay are
リゼの
absolutely
童話は
like awesome.
今も確かになんだと。出雲に神あり、これ自在にしてみそぎの証。信奉羽化の鏡になり。
I love gaslighting my own fans. This is great.
矢の雫石。ね。危ない。
No damage again? God damn it. Wait, what's causing the no damage, chat?
My armor shines on my chest, and my feet will bring me victory. ビテン発送。知らない。
We got the English.
遅い。
Watching the stream high is a bad idea. Yeah, don't do drugs, kids.
天軍我にある。
Oh, sweet. She's back to full. No. No, you're not doing that. Not again.
節約節約。
You need to NP to remove those stacks to do damage? So wait, it's just I have to like spam her with NPs?
早掛けですよ、カルウェナ。いいでしょう。今一度救済の技を。
Oh, I really want to take the Archchain, but I actually have a card, and I'm probably gonna need... Well, no we're not. Never mind.
神域の技をここ
Never
も
mind, chat. Who needs the card, honestly?
圧倒します。
It's not like she's just gonna instant NP this turn, right?
あなたを信じて、あなたを見上げて、今も私は走っています。胸に宿る星の鼓動。ホープビルキャメ
Every
ロッ
time
ト。
she hits you, she gets an NP tick as well. Oh, perfect. Just what I was hoping for. Wait, why? And every time I hit her, she gets an NP tick? Because she's back at full again.
人の世の断りを守護せしかの道行き
I am so
毘沙門
confused
天
by
が
this.
意を示さん美天発送知らないの
No!
戦線を離脱します。
I needed her
そ
charge!
れそれそれえい
This CQ is so counterintuitive. Yeah, this is the level of like dumbassery they have to pull at this point too. How many turns are you stunned for? Just the one? Sweet. Blah 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 blah. Like that murdered fight all over again. Yeah. Somewhat annoying. Well, she weren't stunned. I'd be able to fire off an NP this turn. But she is. So, let's
お
say
返
no.
しをしなくてはね。
And then let's say...
仕方ないな、君たちは。
I may as well save it for duration per... Well, we've got the Tamamo NP. Yeah, we'll go ahead and use it.
そうきたか。
Not the best of uses, but it's honest work,
さて
chat.
さて。そうかい。はやっ。たいな。たまにはこうしてみよ
I also like how it's displaying triple defense where there's only actually 2 defense buffs on the screen.
ホムラたち。
Why? You just pop involves here?
地よ。人よ。
What?
この一振りに
I don't like her.
美点発想。
No!
知ら
Alright, I'm scuffing that. I will absolutely scuff that. That seems fair. Yeah. Like, I'm sorry, like, she removes buffs and she, like, spam charges. At this point, I'm just gonna end up popping my command seals to get through it because this is a stupid one. If I could actually read, like, I guess I could go to App Media and actually see what the mechanics are if I really want, but, like, don't make me do things, chat. Oh, no, not even a chance. I will skip this every chance I get. Now you know how Takeda feels? I mean, this is stronger than the player version of her, so... Didn't really want to have to do that, but we will.
さて。
Hopefully that just changes the target. Anyone else is better than Kagetora here. Or, better than what's her
避けて
face.
みよ。払う。
危ない。
人の世の断りを守
I
護
swear
せ
to
し
God,
かの道
it's
行
the same
き
target.
毘沙門天が意を示さん。美点発想。知らないの。
I swear the AI gets, like, hard-on sometimes, chat. About to go full tilt into the Lotto? Ah, I see. Do you ever go to conventions either around your area or travel to them? It'd be cool to meet you one day. I never have been to, like, a Floridian convention. I haven't really had anyone to go with has been the biggest thing. Like, none of my friends are weebs in real life, and that's the unfortunate side of things. Bishamon is that character from Noragami, right? Bishamon is also known as Bishamonten. It's the Japanese god of war. The way to think about it. And that is what Kenshin was fabled to be. Alright! Now, this time it's for real.
はやっ。
Early that changed the
たまに
seed.
はこうしてみようか。危ない。お塩も少々。逃げ場はありません。
Because this is very much a kill or be killed CQ. You either kill her in time or she kills you.
我が一つたち。何人たりとて受けることあたわず。美点発想。
3 rolls in a row.
残念ですが、
She
ここ
may
まで
just
です。
have some sort of bullshit AI to target the lowest health member. But I'm sorry, that's BS. Oh great, Pretender. Should have actually paid attention to my backline here.
部族の誇りを見せよ。
So glad we have sure hit now. Feel so protected and loved. Alright.
感じるといいさ。見せちゃおうかな。見せてあげるよ。見せちゃおうかな。都市は栄える。たとえどれ
Need
だ
to
け
switch
遠
the
くて
chain
も
up? No, the chain has nothing
私
to
の
do
向
with
こ
it.
うに楽園はある。行方を感じて目を開けて。
For Helena NP2, Sanzang, Oberon comp, does Halloween royalty need to be 10? It should tell you what level it
これ
needs
自
to
在にしてみそぎの証。信奉羽化の鏡に
be. It should have the level
つい
number.
てみるとアマテラス
And if it just says level
矢の
1, it just means it doesn't matter. You just need the skill.
仰ぎなさい。
You always use someone like Nightingale Sanders to censor buff
波
removal?
動の動き。
You can definitely prevent buff removal, but you probably don't have enough in any given comp to permanently prevent it.
見下ろ
Would
し
be
ま
your
す
biggest issue.
ね。シューポアリ。
Well, this is unfortunate. We're all going to die after this
さ
turn.
てさて。
Do I have triple seals? I hope I have triple seals. I don't think I've used the command seal on
真
JP
実の
lately.
体、ここに二つの暦重なるとき、新しき日は到来する。
Gotta hit her with that one beam. Thank God she's finally taking damage. Oh boy. No. Do not get no damage.
手を伸ばしてごらん。
っところ見せちゃおうかな。
Yeah, we're gonna focus on Proto. Proto's the only one that's got any real staying power in this comp, and even then, she gonna die.
行方を感じて目を開けて。ウィンズ・オブ・アバロン。
You can always use, yeah.
出雲に神あり。
When are we getting quick Merlin? That's a good question. I think honestly, a quick Merlin is something like that is somewhat needed for quick. I'm gonna say. Quick needed a Merlin type character way more than Arts ever did. Like the fact that they made Proto Merlin Arts is kind of a slap in the face to Quick. As well, she's nice. Arts had plenty of other options. Arts has by far the most.
お返しをしなくてはね。
良妻ですもの。節約節約。
仕方ないな、君た
Put
ち
that
は。
on you to help you live.
輝
And we're
け
just
るヨレト
gonna.
ルを。
Proto's gonna get the NP regardless, so
Iksa
we're just gonna go ahead and loop. Loop to whoop.
頭きた。
Tamamo was already a good enough healer.
街は綺麗に
Honestly, I think Tamamo's issue is in being a healer. I don't think Tamamo does enough sustain in that regard. But Tamamo is good for other reasons. And the healing being there is just the cherry on top. And like, I'm not gonna say that Tamamo's bad by any means. I don't think she is. I just think that like. Arts had so many other options that could deal with it. You had Tamamo, you had Iris Veal, you had basically all of your low star supports and stuff like that. So I don't think there's really that big of a need, right?
玉もお家に帰ります。
避けてみろ。
ホムラたち。
Oh, we still have MASH, thank God.
ドリンクドリンク。
菜園を作ります。
Slowly but surely chipping away at this. Actually, low-key, should just let the party die so I can command seal faster. But the party won't allow that.
そうかい？
歌詞。オッケー。
I'll actually do it like that. Take the mighty chain.
やあや。
I kind of expected Taigong to be quick Merlin. Taigong's actually pretty good as a support. I had wondered whether or not I was going to talk about him tonight, but we may do his video tomorrow. But basically, he's a very, very good option. I think the issue that people are going to have with him is that he's permanent, and so that's just going to make people not want him. But like I said, everyone's kind of sleeping on him. He's actually very quality.
お返しをしなくてはね。シューポアリ、トナルポアリ。
I'll wait one more turn, actually.
So,
We're gonna do it like this.
しょうがない。自分で戻ろうか。
Wait, she got a stack back? What did she get the stack back from, chat?
それそれそれ。
Like, this is just getting kind of ridiculous.
部族の誇りを見せよ。輝けるヨリョトルを。
She gets it when she kills someone? Oh my.
シューポアリ、トナルポアリ。輝けるヨリョトルを。都市は栄える。
One every 3 turns? Yeah, this
街は
is
綺
just
麗
an
に
annoying
常識でしょう。
CQ.
マグマのシャワーで
I get that it's supposed to be a challenge, but it's
ジ
like...
ョンパントリーエスコルピオンサイナンレイテオカリサイナン
Usually, most of the time, these are remedied just by being able to speak Japanese. It's always rough on me for stuff like this.
美点が葬らよ。我が身
Oh,
に宿
sweet,
れ。
thank God. I'm so happy you're able to NP right away. We can sack MASH. Remember any challenge quest can be solved with enough Sankrith. That's true. Just like on farming. What did you think of the Tunguska 4-star? Dobrynia? Dobrynia is a unit that I think has an interesting premise, and I'm gonna say her real use is in being able to confer like anti-dragon damage to everyone else in the party. The problem is we have so many good anti-dragon damage dealers, really don't need it. Like, very rare that you're gonna get into that scenario. And then they didn't set her up to be a proper support in that regard. They set her up to be a damage dealer, which her damage is kind of low and she's somewhat AoE. We'll end up talking about her when I do the analysis, but like, I have mixed feelings on her because of that. I feel like she could have been a lot better, and that they made some choices that I disagree with in their overarching design. Counterpoint cute AoE rider? Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's, at the end of the day, you're gonna like her because you like her design, but not so much her actual, like, kit, I guess is the better way to put it. Man, I'm so glad I have that Arts Mystic code back. You go keep looping, chat. This CQ's taking way longer than I wanted it to. Yay. Gonna do it like that. Basically put her buster card third because we need the buster card. Yeah, see, and the fact that you do no damage is just what's so nutty about it. It's like, it's not like you do no damage with an NP. You do no damage, period. Like, you can't even slowly whittle her down with cards. I find this to just be a very, like, badly designed fight in that regard. Gonna take the buster card there. Did you check voice lines volume? I think you forgot to lower it. It's very loud, I know it is. Give me 1 second. I was wondering about that myself. And it wasn't until you said something right there that I went like, yeah, I did raise it. He tries to be very positive about Ina too if he says he's mixed feelings about that. I think she has the potential to be a good unit. I think one of the issues that I have with her is that she's Buster. She probably shouldn't have been Buster for what she is. I think Quick or Arts would have worked better. And the problem that they have is they weren't going to do that. So to me, the design should have been different in order to help facilitate that. Ah, yes, Proto Merlin. Excellent. Yeah, I still have the 3 seals. She's not gonna live through this next turn, so it's about getting out the most damage. Dad, is that a full guts? Oh shit. Is it this one? Yes. How goes Lotto? We're actually doing the JPCQ right now to get it out of the way. 50%.
良妻ですもの。熱を帯びなさい。マルミアドワーズ。黄昏の時の技を再びここに。ちょっと神様っぽいところ見せちゃおうかな。違法の国、時の終わり。なれど剣は彼の手に。霊言なる勝利を刻め。ラウンド・オブ・アバロン。
Poorly designed fights in FGO, that's not possible. The only reason I call it poorly designed is because of the way that stat gimmick works. Otherwise, I don't have too big of an issue with this fight. It is challenging, it's supposed to be difficult. That stat gimmick, I think, is decently unfair to certain levels of accounts. Like, I feel like you could easily have access to this event because it's a Fiyuki locked event and just be completely incapable of getting anywhere close to finishing. Which I understand this is probably like a, oh, it requires lost belt or some bullshit like that in order to be able to do this, but hey, that's dickhead. Dodge is dickhead. It's a dodge and a stack. Okay. Two players in 3P don't exist, no, they didn't.
いい出来です。運命をかけた戦いであれば。お呼びですか。的確かと宝具展開。ミストルティン羽のように龍脈焼却兵装装填ラウンドランス並列抜病祈りの槍救済の剣ここに罪を流す光となれホースウィルカメロット
Well, I mean, it would work for the dodge. It wouldn't work for the stack.
こんなの朝ごはん前です。
Any predictions you want to throw out there for the Christmas welfare? No. Because I'm afraid of what it is. Like, I think there's decent logic to it being Nemo. I just don't want it to be Nemo. Daddy knows, joking. I think most boss and challenge fights are poorly designed. Yeah, I'm just gonna say, like, I'm okay with them doing different stuff for the challenge fight, right? Like, I'm not like salty about this fight or anything like that. If anything, the most upsetting thing for me is that this CQ took a while, and therefore I did not get to like spend that time on it. But it is what it is. It's like I said, I don't think that one was very well designed from the simple standpoint of that probably is going to actively block out quite a few of the people playing this event from being able to do it. But it is what it is. If they choose to do that, if they set the parameters really high for the CQ, that's on them. And they're welcome to do that. Not like I can't clear it. Yeah, we basically went into that blind with nothing more than a assume she and peas CAD as my guidance, and I just kind of did it. So the fact that we were able to kind of brute force our way through that, and that fight was as difficult as it is, means it's not like impossible by any means. If it's Nemo, that'll be the worst Christmas welfare IMO. It's, like I said, I'm sure there are people out there that'll be absolutely ecstatic for it to be Nemo. I'm just not going to be one of them. Does the 90 plus drop at the same time? Yes. Berlin solo, let's go. I wish. The problem was, and that would have been a lot better had I put someone like Kuro or something on the back line. I could have at least gotten some decent effective damage, but she did a pretty good job just actually like blocking me out for a good chunk of that because of that stack mechanic. People are already bragging about 500 boxes. I don't give a fuck about those people. Imagine bragging about something you didn't do because they didn't farm that. Show me someone that has farmed legit that has out farmed me. And I'm not going to say there isn't. There probably are people out there that have outdone the amount of boxes I've done. But I know where that theoretical, like, amount is. I know about how many boxes you can have had at this point. And I'm going to say that probably anyone north of 300 boxes at this point in the Lotto bought it. Like, it's not impossible. It's just anyone already north of that point didn't sleep. And then people are going to be like, oh yeah, but I totally didn't sleep for like 5 days. And I'm going to be like, yeah, I call bullshit. So it just is what it is. And like I said, if people want to bot, they can bot. I don't condone it. I think all you do is cheapen like your own efforts in the game. I think all you do is not care as much about the game when you bot. If you want to do that, you can do it. But I don't like it. I'm not going to like go after people that do it or anything like that, but I am going to say that I really don't want to hear them flexing. Because it's just a like, I don't know. It's like saying, wow, bro, I dropped the nuke in COD using my aimbot. I'm so skilled. Like, no, you're not. Like, no, you're not. Bragging about botting is some weird stuff, yeah. Facts, CAD, facts, yeah. The max I do is 100 boxes, and that's a lot for me on a normal Lotto. I might just do 75, yep. I'm surprised Christmas has no new 5-star. I'm not, because I'm gonna tell you guys flat out that just like this Christmas was somewhat of a copy of Nightingale Christmas, JP's Christmas is probably somewhat of a copy of this. Shadow, I'm not gonna say that like that's not the case, but I am going to say I haven't seen that person streaming, at least not in FGO. So if that's the case and they've actually done that, more power to them. Bragging in general for a game like FGO is weird. I think it's okay, like, to be proud of your accomplishments. I'm never gonna understand the people that basically cheat at the game and then want to flex. It's like, it's just weird to me. Like, that goes for any game. Like, when you're cheating, I don't understand why you would want to flex that you're cheating. It's not the power play you think it is. Did I get a comfy 11 boxes that I'm not going hard? Yeah. Why invest in a game if you aren't going to play yourself? I understand why people think that, like, automation is necessary to play these games and they don't want to waste their time. Like, I think your strongest argument is during something like Lotto, right? Like, because people don't want to do this stuff over and over and over again. I get it. If FGO officially supported automation, my stance on these things might be different. But the devs have kind of gone out and said no, right? And that's where it's like, eh. But, and chat, the reason why I say I know about what the theoretical maximum is, I did it this whole time. I've been doing it the whole time I'm at work. I've been doing it this entire weekend. So unless you're telling me that that person has also been doing it that long, that they've also been sitting there, it's why I said, like, I kind of know the amount that it is. Yeah, Shadow, that doesn't change what I said. We'll get autoplay when we get in Peacekeep. Yeah, which they've already said you'll never get in Peacekeep. So I don't think that's, you know, any different.
私のイルカは勇敢で頑張ってね。ええ、下がっているように。
I just took a nap after work because I was too tired to. Yeah.
聖女より大いなる海の恵みをお届け。
31 boxes in, probably gonna go for 100-ish this time. Yeah. And I'm also gonna say this too, chat.
内緒です。
Okay?
眩しいですよ。
There are not a lot of people on in the FGO
行
directory.
きますよ。聖女より
And the point that I'm going to make is not that as a streamer that you
Should
have
come
to be
I'm a
live.
farm. I haven't done a just FGO farming stream in a long.
Let me turn Faye down because he's doing that. I needed to get him open anyways. But like, yeah, there's not a whole lot of people, and I'm not gonna say you have to be live in order to corroborate this. But if you're gonna tell me someone's done more than me, and I have not seen that person streaming in the directory the entire time, I'm gonna naturally doubt that. And the reason being, it's 100% possible that the person makes the claim that they're not botting, and it's just botting.
宴会は大勝利の後に取っておきます。
There's easily, like, it's easily capable for someone to just turn the bot on when they're not online and then do it when they're not. Like basically when they go live, they could do it as well. So I've seen streamers do that year after year. I've seen people pull some crazy numbers out of their ass that I just know for a fact were not humanly possible. And that's why, like, I'm sorry, I know people don't want to hear that. Yeah, I actually doubt that the person did that much. And
一緒ですよ。
far be it from me to go after the person in any way, shape, or form or criticize them.
さあ、行き
Jesus
ます
Faye
よ。
was loud. Yeah, it's because I had his volume turned all the way up.
恵みをお届けです。
But the whole point, every time I see someone with 1K plus boxes spotted, I think 1,000 is about the like maximum you're gonna see someone do and retain any amount of sanity. Okay? Because at that point, they had to have been doing it almost the entirety of the time. Seriously.
さあ、行きますよ。
So when you're starting to tell me over 1,000, I doubt it. Yeah, actually, I doubt it. You better have proof. I don't know how you prove it. I don't know how you prove it, chat. Like I said, it's very easy to do it on stream, and then when you're not on stream, to just turn it on while you're sleeping. I'm sorry, it's true. People don't want to hear this. There are people that people look to, and I'm telling you flat out that botting in this community has been rampant for years. I've never done it, and I can give you some easy evidence for why I haven't. I'm always playing on Apple product. I would have to switch to an emulator in order to do it. And I'm going to tell you right now, I have an emulator. I'm also going to tell you I have not touched that emulator in going on about 2 years. It was, I think the last time I touched it was when I downloaded it in order to get it set up for the new player guide, where I was going through the process of re-rolling. That's the only time I have ever used an emulator. It's impossible to prove an accusation, right? But that's what I'm saying. It's like, I'm not going to say that people haven't done 1,000. I'm going to say anyone doing over 1,000, y'all need to doubt. Absolutely doubt. Absolutely. Like, do not trust that that person is telling you the truth. And if they're like, oh, well, but Cad, you know, here's me doing it in front of other people and stuff like that. I'm like, that's cool. Unless you're in front of someone 24/7, I'm sorry, I doubt it. Because here's where you make the most efficiency. Sleeping. We can actually figure out about the amount of rate that you would be able to do while you're awake. There is a theoretical maximum to even a Lotto. So, when we start seeing certain claims over certain amounts, and I've heard one of them for years in the whale community that I'm sorry, I just don't believe. And one of them was a person that supposedly took micro naps for the entirety of like a 2-week duration and never actually slept. And I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm sorry, I don't believe that. Like you can make the claim that that's the case. I'm just not gonna believe it. It's easier to not believe it. Why waste brain cells even thinking about this? Mostly just because I've had to like talk with people about this for years. Talking about FGA matters a lot. It doesn't. I'd actually, in that regard, prefer not to talk about it or for anyone to even mention it. I don't want people in this community to bot. Not if I can help it. It doesn't mean I'm going to stop anyone. It doesn't mean I can stop everyone. But I don't need to be a part of encouraging it because I think it's hurtful to the community. You don't think they can detect it? Oh, they can detect it. They absolutely can detect stuff hooking into their game. Whether or not they have any capability of doing anything about it is another thing. Have they ever banned accounts because of it? No, the only people that they ban are usually people that are doing real money trading. So essentially like account trading and stuff like that. If you have a bot, why play the game at all? This is my only point in all of this, is because I know of several content creators, for instance, that would claim that they've done a crazy amount of boxes. They would claim that they've done, like, you know, so much, and then, like, you see them and they're off, like, doing another gacha game in the middle of the Lotto. And then you're like, so why that salts someone like me? Allow me to explain so that chat can understand this. As someone that is here for you guys on the regular, as someone that streams FGO consistently, again, we talked about it at the beginning of the stream. I had 321 days streamed this year out of 365. I'm here for you guys nearly every day. I think that's something that naturally will bother me, because it's like people coming to me and telling me about the exploits of another person that does not give a fuck about the community, that basically is like cheating. And then trying to pretend like they're somehow better than me, or they're somehow like more accomplished or something like that. That's usually why that stuff bothers me. It's because it's one of those deals where it feels like people are getting swindled into thinking that that person is actually trying, that that person cares. And they don't. I don't think they do. That's the problem. Let them claim their lies, who cares? Yeah, and that's the only reason why I say it, is like, I think it's not even so much that the person claims it, it's that, like, the community buys it. That's what just drives me up a wall. You want the community to be smarter and to recognize people like that and say, like, yeah, they don't actually care. But honestly, this is one of the problems that the FGO community has dealt with for years. Like, there's plenty of people that have come and gone from this director. Plenty of people that have been part of this community that are, like, you know, off playing Genshin or Honkai or whatever, and they've moved on. And I ask myself, you know, in that time, not that, like, you guys are necessarily guilty of this, because you guys have been here for the most part. But it's like, I ask myself in that time, why did those people, like, basically support the other people? Why did they just, like, and still to this day, like, hang off of some of their every words? I don't understand. I'll never understand that. Like, where it's like, even the FGO community themselves can't move on from these people. You think they can't tell if someone's account is on for 24 hours or more in a row? It's not suspicious. Yeah, and I'm also gonna say they kind of know at this point that, well, no, I'm not gonna stick my foot in my mouth. I won't say anything else, right? Because, like, there are certain things that should and shouldn't be said, and I'm trying to keep this as vague and ambiguous as possible so that, like, none of this either hurts the person or hurts me. I don't, like, my whole goal in all of this is not to stir up drama so much as to entertain the, like, the subject matter. I think the general populace is starting not to care because the devs aren't showing they care about the game enough. I agree with that, bro. I think the issue that I have is, like, the ones that, I don't know. Like I said, it's just to me that, like, people still care about the people that are, like, not streaming the game. And then, like, I think part of the reason that I see that in a weird way is, like, then I go and, like, let's say I don't stream the game. I don't have people that hang on my every word like that. At least not usually, right? Like, if you guys do that, that's news to me. But I think that's also probably because I'm a lot more open with you guys. I'm a lot more, like, transparent with you guys. I don't usually try to hide what I'm doing. I don't usually try to, like, pretend like I'm committed to something that I'm not. That sort of stuff. Like, I'll let you guys know if I'm pissed off about something. I'll usually let you guys know if I'm, like, not wanting to do something. That sort of stuff. I very much wear my heart on my sleeve, and I don't try to hide stuff from you guys. So, it's, I don't know, it's always like a jarring thing to me to watch that. $2,000 boxes equal fake? Yeah, I guarantee you, no one does 2,000 boxes. Like, I 100% guarantee. It is theoretically possible to do it. It requires a lack of sleep. And I'm just gonna say, I just don't believe anyone actually has the capability to do so as a human being. How do you feel about devs phoning in 2 of the 10 event stories from Nasu this year? What do you mean by, like, phoning in? With no real proof? I'm gonna say this. They could absolutely get proof. Like, if you guys think that they can't, you've probably been sold another lie. Just like people have been convinced that, for instance, everything with ray shift is perfectly fine and totally not against TOS. Even though it actually accesses the game's internal servers, which is illegal. $1,200 boxes is the most I've seen someone do without botting. Yeah, I'm still gonna say I doubt it. I'm sorry. I know what chat's gonna do. I know what chat's gonna pull up. I'm trying not to directly mention anything by name, but chat, y'all keep making claims. You don't know. You don't know. You think you know. You don't know. You can't prove it is the unfortunate aspect. And I think this is another thing. I think the FGO community probably thinks that botting has been around for about the past 2 years. Right, chat? Right? Wrong. Been around a lot longer. And it existed long before FGA. There have been tons of people that have done it for a long time. Since the beginning of? I mean, there's definitely, like, macroing that's been a thing since before that, but no, I'm talking relatively sophisticated screen reading technology. It's been around for a long time. I enjoy farming with my own 2 hands, but that's just me. In a weird way, I do too. Like I said, I think it's, like, somewhat therapeutic to just sit here and, like, wax philosophic on the game every now and then, and, like, farm. We're born with the boss molded by it. Yeah, like I said, there's no telling as to what someone's doing while they're offline. and that's why I say that. Okay, I understand people are not going to like that I've said that. I could even get some people pissed at me for saying that. It's just for years and years and years I have seen some of this stuff. I have seen what people have done, and I'm sorry, I just doubt it. Isn't FGA basically an advanced macro? Kind of. Oh no, FGA doesn't touch it dark. I'm saying that another product from the same people does. But they definitely have ways that they can tell. Not sure why anyone would want to bought the game. I understand the temptation. I like that's why I said like I'm not gonna hold it against someone if they bought. I just don't want to know that they bought. Right? Here's a rule: if you bought, shut up about it. Yeah, I completely agree. Like botting has never been a good like topic in this community, and I don't think it ever will be. And the reason why I say that is because at the point at which botting becomes so commonplace that it's an actual like okay topic for most people, I don't think we have much of a community anymore. But it's usually why this topic always gets debated so harshly is because, and chat, don't take this the wrong way, there's probably someone in the chat that's arguing for it because they do it themselves. It is what it is. I think the number of content creators that bought would surprise some people. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. I think it's very easy to tell when someone doesn't bot. It's very difficult to tell when someone does. People that do a large amount of boxes, it is a very much a toss-up. But like, if you don't do a lot of boxes, you're probably not a botter. That just makes pretty logical. I'm busy looking at porn on my phone to bot. Yeah. Also, chat. I'll go ahead and say this: anyone that starts tonight and makes it to 500 boxes, but they weren't really farming Lotto prior to that point, bought it. I think that's a fair assessment. Do you think it's possible to get to 500 boxes within the last 3 days? If you're starting from zero, no. New people don't know the struggles of the early days. Yeah. Sorry, Cad, waking up to 3K boxes tomorrow. Podcast. Yeah. To just aim for like 80 to 200? Well, that's an interesting question. I don't think you would. I think like the only way you'd control that is by, well, I don't know. I don't know the exact specifics of how the like inner workings of that works. I assume they basically just set some sort of parameter for how much currency can be. Kind of annoying having it be so short. Yeah, and it's a scalability type issue. Remember, chat, the more drops of CEs you get, the more like efficiency you get, and that's where that sort of thing kind of matters. Remember the early days, if you wanted to 6-slot a Lotto, you needed like MP4 Drake. I still remember getting into arguments over people because the way a lot of Lotto guides used to be handled was It used to be assumed NP5 because the Lotto guides were made only for whales. And I remember getting into an argument with someone over this and basically being like, why would you say it's NP5 when I'm out here clearing with an NP3? And then they're like, well, it's to be safe. And I'm like, yeah, it's clearing like 99% of the time. If occasionally I got like both a low roll and no card, it could not clear. But like, yeah, I've definitely watched over time as like we've gotten a lot better with our Lotto calculations because of stuff like that. Like it was one of the reasons that we got into doing it in the first place. Because I got tired of the whole like, yeah, bro, you just need like, you know, super grailed, crazy ass NP5 variant to be able to do this. And it's like, no, you can probably do it with a lot less. Like, and that's why, like, I've had people be like, well, Cad, why do you need to make the Lotto guides? There's, like, videos from JP and stuff. And I'm like, the videos show you what can be done, not, like, the minimum spec of what you do. That's usually why the Lotto guide is necessary. It's necessary to give you guys an idea of, like, hey, by the way, you know that from this video, this NP5 Da Vinci can clear. But that doesn't tell you if NP1 clears. And so, like, some people would be like, oh, that's NP5, I'm not doing that. And they would just write the comp off immediately. But sometimes, the video is more just a proof of concept. And that's why it's helpful to know. Ah, also. Sorry, chat. Nose. And I think there's still ways that, like, we could have even min-maxed it more. It's just, usually it's not worth it. Some of that min-maxing would be like luring skills. In some of the cases, you might not have needed to have a skill lord. It's rough on the people like making the comps to sit there and account for like every single possibility. We try to get it as close as we can within reason. Because I know it's all open day one, I wouldn't mind it. Yeah, I agree with that. Like, I kind of said this too, is like, I don't know why they didn't just make them all available in that regard. Like, obviously NA is going to get the same thing JP got in that sense, so it's kind of, there's no point in complaining about it at this point. But I'm surprised, like, back in the day, they didn't just go like, hey, you know what? It's a shorter event. Why don't we just, like, give you guys the 90 plus from day one? But it's why, like, and I said this back during this time period on JP, this was at the, like, or what we thought was the end of a gauntlet of a lot of events, and then we found out that there was even more in the next, like, part of the year. But basically, the way a lot of this ended up working out, chat, was that you just had this huge string of events that were all farming. And JP didn't, at the time, give out hardly any apples. So, I think they just, because this was all, like, post Appins coming out, I think they just did not really want people to, like, absolutely farm the crap out of this stuff and, like, finish off their Appins too fast. So the reality was, like, I think some people kind of did that. People went really ham in some of, like, early raids and stuff. And probably even in this Lotto. But I think, like, very quickly people realized, like, that's not the limiting factor. The limiting factor is the coin. Like, and we kind of knew that from day one, but I think some of the whales, like, just went gung-ho, were like, I'm gonna do everything. And then I think they really quickly, like, kind of figured that out. Like, I'm still, to this day, I still occasionally see someone, like, claiming, like, oh, I'm gonna grail, like, every unit in the game. I'm gonna lore every single skill in the game. I'm like, no, you're not. The game doesn't allow you to. You can make that claim. It's not gonna make it true. So I think that's kind of one of the issues that we run into is, like, you can try to, like, say all that stuff for, like, you know, flexing and everything, but at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to do it. The only way anyone will complete, like, all of their pins on everyone and, like, get all the people lored is if Grail casting goes ballistic over the next, like, couple of years. They stop releasing new units, and basically you roll everything to the max and just have crazy coins. That's the only way that's going to happen. And like I said, I just don't see, especially the Grail one, ever getting repealed. Lore casting, even if they allowed lore casting, it would not be enough to ever be able to lore every unit of the game. I'd love to actually see a calculation of how many lures we've gotten over the past, like, 8 years in FGO. Because I'm sure there is a, like, actual tabulation somewhere. But, like, I think the number would surprise you, especially when compared against how many units are out there. And remember, chat, every unit can have 3 lures, and now every unit can have 6 because of the pin. So, like, take your number of units. I think FGO is literally sitting on 400 units, which actually probably explains why the final unit is just the welfare. Because I think, chat, you are at 399 units right now, I think. I'd have to double check. But, like, so take that, multiply that by 6, and that's the amount of lures that you'd need. You would need 2,400 lures to be able to lure everything in FGO. I'm gonna tell you right now, the probable actual amount of lures that, like, have been given out over all years in every single possible way is probably something to the effect of, like, 700 to 800. Like, I don't think it's nearly that much. It may be more than that. It may be something like 1,000. I don't know. But, like, I think you're that far behind. So even if they implemented something like lore casting, it would take forever. I'm close to 999ing all my goals. Yeah, I think that's a much more reasonable goal. Is like saying, like, hey, I'm gonna 999 every unit. And that is the logical progression of people that farm a lot. I think they eventually reach a point where they've just kind of done it already. But don't try doing that with lures, yeah. Now that you've been able to read this event's story, I actually have not. I read the first 2 days worth of story, and then I've been skipping story ever since. I will read it after the event, but I am in no Oh, okay, did my yeah, I was gonna say, did my capture card break there? Weird. Solomon will be released when they're about to close the game, I'd bet. I mean, I think they can write Solomon into the story if they want to. It just requires shenanigans, but Nasu's full of those, so it's totally up to him. I'll say this. I don't see you getting something like Solomon until this arc concludes. And what I mean when I say that is I think, like, part 1 and part 2. So, like, the conclusion of the whole Lost Belt in the Cosmos arc. Let's see, chat. How would you recommend FGO go about fixing Quick? I actually have a video on that. Long story short, it's basically Quick isn't in as bad of a situation as most people would think. It just kind of needs extra support. Like it needs more options. From there, I think its biggest concerns are, like, basically staying power in fights and sort of the efficiency argument, which is that basically you have, like, arts that can do 6-slot comps. Buster can do them, but in most cases it's just a couple of units that can do it. Otherwise, most other Buster units either can't do it at all or require a 50% starting charge CD. So a lot of Buster's issues are somewhat cleverly disguised and hidden behind Buster just having a very solid tier of, like, elite units that carry it. But still, like, I think Buster even then has more support options than Quick does, and I think that's one of its biggest issues. So it's like, I think the efficiency argument and being able to farm efficiently is always going to be a big meta argument in FGO. So it's like, as long as you can help Quick out in that department, as long as you can give it some staying power and challenge content, I think it's good. I think that's really all it needs. It just needs more options. They just tell you it's happening and to roll your stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna say this. Aniplex shut down, you know, like, usually if Aniplex is gonna shut down a game, it probably is not doing that well, right? Like, so naturally it's not gonna have that many players. So the example I'm gonna use this is Madoka. That's not gonna like to hear this if they're a Madoka fan, but I don't think Madoka had that many players. I think that is kind of the issue that they ran into with that game. I think the reason that this is salt-inducing, though, in reality, is because ask yourself if Madoka was profitable, and I guarantee you it was. That's the issue that we usually have with a lot of these gacha games. They get shut down even when they're profitable, but it's usually that they're not profitable enough that they get shut down. So it's not that, like, there's actually any sort of detriment to running the game, that they're, like, losing their butt on it. It's that, like, I guess for the investors, they'd rather have the resources put into a more lucrative investment. Yeah, Princess Connect's another example, I think. And that one was Crunchyroll. And like I said, I think Crunchyroll just kind of wants out of gacha games. The only detriment that they can have to those people, work on another game to make more money. Yeah. Yeah, it's not that, like, the game isn't making money. It's that, oh, hey, there's this other IP that we can have you make a game for that would make more money. Or in the case of, like, you know, an American staff or an English server, it'd be like, we could use your localization services on a different game type deal. But like I said, I don't think FGO is any time close to being shut down. By all accounts, the FGO server is very profitable and profitable than some entire, like, net earnings of other gacha games. It's just like, I think NA can do a better job. I've said that time and time again. I think part of that is on the localization staff. The other part of that is out of their hands. And I think probably the majority of it is out of their hands. I think the NA staff only gets so much. Like, I think they get a skeleton man budget. So it just is what it is. Do you think FGO will continue after part 2? Yeah. Yeah, I do. I think the only thing that'll change that is if the devs run it into the ground before that. I think the only thing that can kill FGO is FGO. Like, it's literally... FGO will not be killed off by another gacha game. Despite what MiHoYo fans want. You know, I could say the reverse, right? Like, despite me wanting to see, like, the MiHoYo games not do well and to have them, like, crash and burn, nothing will kill a MiHoYo game other than MiHoYo making bad mistakes, right? Like, I think that's just... But, like... And I'm gonna say this, I don't think, like, MiHoYo's ideas for a game are bad. I think it's the way that they run the game that I disagree with. Like, I don't think they actually care about their fans, and I think they just view them as money. And that's kind of evidenced by stuff like, hey, we're not gonna give you a good anniversary and stuff like that. But, I don't know, right? Like, I'm sure people will disagree with me on that sort of thing. But it's why, like I said, like, you get to a point where you're so big, you're so popular, that you will not, like, just fail to do business as long as you keep doing what you're doing. What will make you fail is you stepping on a landmine, right? Like the devs being like, hey, we're gonna make a change, and the change is bad, and the change makes people leave and stop playing the game. Like, it's suddenly unfun or something like that. That's usually all it can be, is something like that. David, thank you for the follow. You can look at, like, WoW, for instance. WoW is very much a similar deal. Where, like, I'm sure most of you remember that, like, whole debacle that happened, like, a year or two ago, where, like, a bunch of people left WoW to go play, like, Final Fantasy and other MMOs. And it's because they were pissed with WoW. They were pissed with Blizzard. And that's where it was. It's like, no other MMO killed WoW. And like, I'm sure Final Fantasy fans won't want to hear this, but Final Fantasy didn't kill WoW. Final Fantasy was just in a good position as one of the last remaining big MMOs to scoop a bunch of those people up. That's really all it was. And it kind of got a renaissance because of that. Also combined with, at that same moment, a bunch of the big name, like, HoloLivers actually got permission to stream Final Fantasy. So I think, like, those two things happened at, like, the perfect time for Final Fantasy, and it just allowed it to pop off. But it's not like WoW was killed by Final Fantasy. WoW shot itself in the foot and it was bleeding out. That's all it was. God basically always makes money and continues on. Same with Hoyoverse stuff. Yeah, and I think that's what like MiHoYo's overall strategy is, to just like keep a overall like ecosystem out there. Like they're gonna develop multiple games. When one game gets like tired or old hat, they're just gonna have another game, right? Like that's smart of them, honestly. My circle doesn't know what FGO is. Introduce them. I think at this point, FGO is actually pretty easy to get into, but I'm going to say again, like, I don't think the gameplay style is for everyone. I think some people really love it. I think other people just absolutely hate it. And I think at the end of the day, you've got to be comfortable with enjoying, like, reading and stuff like that, like visual novels. I think that's what, like, the people that stick around FGO are the people that like the visual novel aspect of it. Blizzard's internal drama is legendary almost too. Yeah. I don't think Hololive did anything for Final Fantasy, to be honest. No, it's just the simple fact that they got permission to stream it. Straight up. Like, they didn't even really stream it that much, to my understanding. They just simply got permission at the time when a bunch of people were leaving WoW to go try out Final Fantasy. And I think all it did was just double down and make a bunch of the, like, whatchamacallit, like VTuber fans really check out Final Fantasy and decide, oh wait, we actually like this. Like, people that would have never given it a shot decided to give it a shot. And that's, you know, marketing 101. Like, having that capability to reach a new audience is highly valued. That's why, like I said, one of the best things FGO has done in recent memory was have that VTuber stream. It's not going to work with every VTuber, but can you imagine if, you know, Type Moon basically got approached by Hololive and said, like, hey, you know what? Yeah, you can have permission to stream our games. Serious. Stream it. Have fun. It would do wonders for the game. Instead, they go, like, piecemeal. It's like, oh, well, you can stream up to this point, but just you specific streamer. I think they do themselves a disservice by doing that. I think a little bit Anaplex's stance on streaming is just archaic. I think it's perfect for a gacha. I would never play an open world action combat gacha. Way too time consuming. If Fate had a Genshin clone, so like a open world type of persistent world type of like action combat Fate version, would I play it? Yeah. Would I enjoy it? Yeah. Would I have problems with it? Yeah. I don't think any game's perfect. I'd probably have problems with it in the same way I have problems with FGO. Right? Like, I think it's just obvious at that point. Pekka's a pretty big streamer. Yeah, I think the only disservice they're doing is they're not having Pekka stream the game again. They need to go back and do more. So much so. The worst part about the, like, tandem stream that they had here recently for NA was that, honestly, I know people really like Crony, but Crony did not do a good job of selling anyone on the game. She was funny to watch. It was an entertaining stream. But Ina did so much more for making people want to play FGO than Crony did. Like, if I were the devs, I'd be like, Ina, absolutely, get her back on here. Crony, no, we ain't having her again. Not unless she changes her tune, right? Undercutting speech is short. I've been hearing it's been getting a bit viral now. Oh, it's been viral. The Game Awards fucked up. And I've seen people try to defend the Game Awards saying that, well, that's how they handle it in all, like, major award stuff. So, Ahada was asking about, like, how do I feel about the Game Awards and, like, them cutting people's speeches short. And, like, yeah, people get told to wrap up their speeches all the time at these award ceremonies. That's not the problem. The problem is the amount of time that they got. They only got, like, 30 seconds, and the second they set foot on the podium, it started ticking. That's ridiculously short. In a show where, like, people had, like, 15 minutes on stage to, like, jerk off to the crowd about their new project that they don't have any footage for. Like, I'm sorry, that 30 seconds is just way too short. It should have been like 2 minutes per winner. And maybe like 5 minutes for the Game of the Year winner. Period. At least Crony wanted Korean Sky to step on her. Yeah, like I said, I have no ill will towards Crony other than I think Crony... If Crony was going to criticize it, I think Crony should have been like, you know what? I'm gonna check out of this one, get someone else that actually wants to play. Right? And talked in length of her JP account. Yeah, no, I like I said, I have no problem with Vina. I think Crony just basically sat there kind of trying to bash the game. The whole time she was kind of salty about the fact that like she didn't have a good rolling session in FGO once back in the day. And I'm like, that's fine, but like I said, this is no different than people approaching me to do a sponsored stream for Raid Shadow Legends. And I have already said I would not fucking do it because I don't like Raid Shadow Legends. So I could take that money, I could absolutely sell out and get the bag, and I would just be a terrible like representative for it. It wouldn't be good for either party. And I wouldn't feel right trying to like push that on you guys if I didn't believe in it. Hate Shadow Legends, yeah. I have NP5 Special Star. Should I pull for Summer Ibuki or save for other servants? You can pull for Summer Ibuki. Just understand if you get like a low MP level Summer Ibuki, it's not going to be as effective as your Space Ishtar. I think a lot of this determines and comes down to like how much you want more options and how much like you're okay with like using a unit at max bond level and stuff like that, because eventually you'll use your Space Ishtar to the point that she's maxed out and like you can't get any more bond out of her. So it really just depends, Chris. Who's your most wanted servant and who's your New Year's servant guest? New Year's servant guest, I have no idea. I legitimately have no idea. The best guess that we have at this point, chat, is that the New Year's servant is a Japanese servant. That's been the trend. Who's my most wanted? I mean, honestly, I'd probably like to see like a Lulter Summer. Time for, I assume you mean money. Gotcha to sponsor you for one stream seems reasonable. Yeah, no, I just, like I've said, I've already said, like, I will refuse to take money from Raid Shadow Legends. I've been offered by them numerous times. And chat, right now, I'm being perpetually offered by Zinless Zone Zero to stream it. Like, and it's freaking wild how bad they want me. Like, they want me so bad, but they refuse to offer me any money. So I'm just kind of like sitting here just going like, no. No. And what I mean when I say they want me so bad, chat, they email me literally every other day. I think I've been emailed over 50 times by the Zinless Zone Zero team. And I'm starting to like get to the point where I'm gonna block them if they don't actually like put their money where their mouth is. I know you're a gacha streamer. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. They want me bad. And I'm just like, no. And it's not like, yeah, I wouldn't mind going and checking out Zinless Zone Zero. But now that I know they really want me to, I'm disincentivized to do so. Because if I do it for free, I'll do it for free. Yeah, they need haters too. I mean, haters make a game better, in all seriousness, right? Like, if I got in there, chat, you can rest assured I would nitpick the fuck out of that game. I would absolutely sit there and be like, yeah, I don't like that. That needs to be better. This needs to be better. Why the heck is this way? Like, it is what it is. But in that regard, it would be good, right? Like, but yeah, I don't know, right? I'm just super busy, and it's one of those things where, like, unless they actually did throw money at me, I'm not going to, like, take the time out of my already busy schedule to go do it. How else could they get to brag about the 9.9 on Metacritic? Yeah. Message from the devs of Raid Shadow Legends. We would like to sponsor you for X amount of streams. Oh, no. Okay, so chat, my favorite with the Raid Shadow Legends one is, once a long time ago, I got offered about, like, $2,000 to do a Raid Shadow Legends stream. Actually, $2,000. It was like, I think it was close to $3,000, and that's without incentives. I think if you added in the incentives, it would have been even more. And I turned that offer down. Maybe I shouldn't have. That's a lot of money. But, I basically just did not like the sponsor. I did not want to do it. I saw they were spamming everyone, and they offered me a ton of money. Since then, every single offer has been cheaper and cheaper, cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. And I'm like, it's cool, but if I didn't take you at $3,000, I'm not taking you at less. It just is what it is. Dude, if they give another unit with a skill that put Eternal Sleep, it better be as good or as or better than Oberon, or I'm boycotting it. Yeah, I don't blame you for that. A 4-star with lower percent. I mean, yeah, it's like they could, Jose, but I kind of agree with the sentiment there. Is like, if you're gonna put such a detriment on the skill, like Eternal Sleep, it needs to have a significant upside. They're the only one losing? Yeah. What if you're broke, Cat? Then what? I'm gonna say this. It's the same thing I told some of my fellow streamers at the time. You want to do it? Go for it. Get you that bread, right? I'm not going to begrudge anyone for trying to make money as a streamer. Okay? Only how they do. I don't really want to see people like e-thoughting it up and like trying to like sell their body type crap. If they want to do that, that's fine for them, I guess, but I think they're just doing themselves a disservice. And I don't really care to associate with people like that for the most part. I'm also gonna say, like, I really don't want to see people panhandling, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't think it's terrible to have like a donation goal on your stream, but I don't want to be reminded about it every stream. I don't want to hear like, bro, I'm so broke, I can't pay for like my electric bill. Help me, chat. And then like you turn around and I see you like whale in a gacha game that week. I don't want to see that shit. Like, I'm sorry. Ooh, streamer CAD, yeah. I hear panhandling and I immediately thought of DSP. I don't know who DSP is. I'm probably glad I don't, considering several of you mentioned it. But yeah, it's like I said, like, I think it's okay to have a donation goal and to like have a like community goal to try and work towards something. I don't think it's right to like ask for money though if you know, can reasonably afford it yourself. And like I've told you guys this before too, like usually the amount of money you guys get me in terms of like subs, one, it's not as much as you think because I only get half thanks to Twitch. Two, that money usually ends up getting spent on one, my like actual evening expenses of usually having to order food because I don't have time to cook because I'm live so long. Two, it ends up getting invested back into the stream directly by virtue of like upgrades and costs of running the stream. Or three, it ends up specifically in new art pieces and other content for stream. I cannot tell you that any of the money that I have made off of chat has ever actually directly made it into my wallet and made me profit in some way, shape, or form. Almost always go back in. You pay for DoorDash, you pretty much do. And some days you guys don't even pay for DoorDash. Just to say I don't make enough on a stream to actually pay for it. But it is what it is. You offset it at work. Sorry, we Prime subs don't count. You do. But like I said, it just... I don't know. It's to me, it's like... I completely understand wanting to make money off of it. I completely understand wanting to have this be a job. I just think there's respectable ways to go about it and those that aren't. So we need a sub goal for pizza? Yeah, we could have a pizza party. Yeah, don't you guys remember like fundraisers back at your school for like a pizza party? Surely you guys want to do that. Sometimes we buy CAD dinner. I mean, pretty directly you do. Pretty directly. Like I said, if not for you guys, I would probably cook way more often. You right back fighting a DSP supercut for tomorrow's media share? I mean, it better be appropriate for stream. I assume it is, though. Alright, chat, how many do I have? How many we at? 147, 456. Sub or CAD doesn't eat. There you go, you heard it. Like I said, I never actually like talk about any of that stuff for the most part, though, because I don't want people to feel like they have to like sub to me or anything. Whenever I see a gacha game, people complain about how broke they are. Oh, bro, yeah, like I said, I've literally seen people panhandle for donations and then turn around and actually gambit. And I'm like, that's just so fucked up to me. 245 plus 10? Let's go! We made it past 250. Alright. Alright. Oh, there is a chance, chat. Okay, let me send you guys on to a Mr. Phaethon BT. So, Faye is going to be on, and chat, I believe he's probably told you guys this, but I believe he's going on vacation soon, but I will probably not be around for the actual Tunguska raids, because I'll be down at my sister's. You may get a stream out of me, you may not, it'll depend. I may take my laptop down there, but if you get a stream, it's going to be a guerrilla stream, so nothing too great. But assume that I probably won't be live during Tunguska, because I'll be down at my sister's for the holidays. So, as a result, Faye will probably be on, as well as, I don't know, maybe other members of Team Explosion if they're around, so feel free to watch them instead. You guys know the drill. But again, I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a media share again while we're farming the new Lotto node, so hope to see you guys there for that. Again, if you guys need the Lotto guide, you guys can find the link in the, well, on the Discord. It's the easiest way to tell you guys. So, I will see you guys for the next one. Go give Faye my love. And good luck with your drops.